All right, we are live again here at ASB Collectibles. I'm hoping everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Now that Christmas is behind us, New Year's is right around the corner. So I said, well, let's do another live unboxing and shenanigans. And we have a special guest today. We have our boy John from the Everyday Collector. So if you guys haven't heard of him, click his link below. He's got his YouTube channel. Awesome content there. And you guys for sure will enjoy it. Also join the Everyday Collectors Facebook page and any other social media you have there, John. We also got our boy Marcos, and as always, A plus Aiden. He's on mute, but that's okay. We just need his presence. We don't need him to talk. He just needs to look pretty there on screen, even though he looks like he's being interrogated by the FBI, which is okay. We're here to have a good time. We're here to do the live unboxing. John, what's going on, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself because we're kind of fairly new to you. We don't know you as you. We just know you as the collector, everyday collector. So how was your Christmas? And give us a little bit about yourself and your background. I'll be pulling XM Red Hulk. That's the unboxing, and we'll just kind of chat a little bit and have a good time.
Heck yeah. First off, thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Excited to see this Hulk. Holidays were good. They went by quick.
Yes, they did.
Holy mac, man. I actually took down the decorations today. I'm one of those psychos that I can't go into the new year with the tree up. You know, you're supposed to keep it to like the 6th of January, and that's how it was when I was a kid. But I just can't. It stresses me out. So today,
I just usually like to leave it till next year. That way I don't have to take it down.
Exactly. If you set it up the right way, you don't even have to. You just saran wrap the tree and bring it down.
That's right.
But yeah, again, thanks for the invite. I've been on YouTube channels, Everyday Collector, and the same thing as you guys are doing. It's sharing the passion of the hobby. We do a few live shows, we do unboxings, and just have a good group of friends that we hang out and talk about all the news and the hobby. Share the hobby. That's all it is. That's what this whole YouTube thing's about. Well, that looks good.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had this piece for a little bit. It's been in the box, and I never really had any space to take them out. I did look at them. There's a funny story. I guess it'd be a funny story behind it. Look at that detail in the paint and the rocks. So good. I figured, well, this would be a perfect time since I got my shelving up. I know people haven't seen this in a while. I only had the one shelf up originally, which was in the middle. I had Superman off to the side, Batman off to the side with some others. So I got another shelf up, which was a pain in the ass. So I'll talk about that a little bit. But what got you started in pretty much doing the whole YouTube thing? I know chatting with friends, and that's kind of how I started. And just meeting awesome collectors, people in the industry, stuff like that. Now I'm more depth in customs and stuff, but I still do a lot of license. I have POs for license, but like I used to collect back in the day, Vampirella trading cards, X-Men trading cards, stuff like that. Then I worked my way up to, video game collectibles, and now I'm up to the statues. So it's just like, what's my next collectible, right? So, but originally it started with comics, just like most of us around my age. I know Aiden, probably yourself. Is that how you kind of started collecting and progressed into what you're doing now?
Oh yeah, back when I was a kid, my dad had his comic collection, and we would always he got me started on the comics, and we go every weekend, pick up a few issues here and there, and then he had his collection, and we would go. It was always like, as a kid, you see this massive comic collection. We used to go through it, and a couple times a year, and then I came across. He took me to a comic book shop over here. I'm in Canada, so took me to a comic book shop. It's called the Silver Snail, and they had everything, guys. When I tell you everything, you would walk in, it was littered with comics. The back wall was all Bowen busts, sideshow statues, everything. This was before the Prime 1 XM sort of thing. So you just see your sideshow and your Bowens, and then your DC Direct, your smaller stuff.
Right.
And that's what really got me into it. That's where I kind of pivoted from, we're talking about like 15 years old, pivoted from comics over to more the statue side. of things. And my first piece that I ever picked up was the 2009, I believe it was, or 10, Mary Jane comic cat by Sideshow, where she's doing the laundry and she's holding up Spider-Man's suit.
Yeah. I think I remember that one.
Yeah, so it was just a rabbit hole from there. Got into the hot toys, statues, and then here we are today.
Still collecting.
Still collecting. Oh yeah, I like it's a passion project there. I don't think that's ever gonna stop.
Yo, John, I was gonna say, them Bowens, man, I didn't start collecting till 2020, but I will have to say those Bowen pieces are some of the best comic representation pieces I've ever seen. And as a matter of fact, I sold my whole collection, but the one thing I aspire to do is actually get that. I want to get the majority of those Bowens because I think even like that surfer is the best surfer ever made, right? There's that one. Who's the one that character that Thor fights? What is Annihilator? Or
Destroyer?
something? What's it? Destroyer? Yeah.
Yeah.
That piece is amazing. So like anything
Yeah.
Bowen to me, it still holds up, even though it's smaller scale. But those pieces are like works of art, And to me,
They're
anybody
timeless.
anybody that appreciates comics or art or even the statue hobby, I think they should pick those or consider picking those up if they've never owned one. But I've always aspired to own a Bowen statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good, Will.
So you, John, you gonna continue collecting comics, or you kind of stop that? Because I know I stopped collecting comics years ago, mainly because it's just very hard to catch
Keep
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everything is like digital now, so it's just easier for me to just read it online on digital than it is to
Yeah.
actually have the hard copy. And I know they like to get them rated and stuff like that. Are you into doing that sort of thing too, or would you just collect like the omnibuses because it's more condensed?
I like the artwork of the covers, so I was always collecting the covers. I'm not collecting as much as I used to. I started up again more when my son was born, to start him off on like a couple of long boxes, more directed at like Batman and to kind of carry over what I was collecting, which was like Detective Comics
Right.
and some of the Batman series that were going on there. So I'm not. I'm definitely not collecting like I used to on the comic front.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to, especially with the finances and stuff and spending so much money on
Oh, yeah.
statues, and then you're trying to go to the omnibuses and things like that. It makes it very, very challenging to pick one thing, right? So that's why I just kind of go digital. But you're right, I do love a good art cover. Art Germ is an awesome artist, and he's got some really good cover stuff. Um, even Jason Fabok, the 1000, I got the 1000 up there, and I
Yeah,
love
beautiful
that art
piece.
cover.
Beautiful piece. Yeah.
So actually, I still have to pull the rest of it out of the box because my display in the past, I couldn't put the bats in the smoke. So now I have more space. I got to just get them out of the box and kind of put them in there.
Yeah.
Now,
setup looks great.
yeah, still work in progress. Eventually, once I get it completed, I'll do like a little display room tour kind of thing. I still got some construction stuff behind the cameras here that you're not going to be able to see. But eventually, when I get it all set up, then it'll be something nice, and hopefully, I'll be able to make a little more space for some other stuff. But if I can, it's just picking and choosing what I decide to keep and not keep, right? Because that's the way it goes when you run out of space.
Oh, it has to be nowadays. It's with the prices of pieces or the overabundance of pieces on the market. You got to pick and choose. Man, that thing's massive. Holy man.
Yeah.
Nice red.
Hey, you want to add Marcos back in? He's waiting to be added to the chat.
Really? Marcos is the admin. He can come in whenever he wants. The hell?
I can't
do it on my iPad. On my iPad, I got the connection fixed, so I can't do it.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy, man. Coming in like, hey.
He was silencing me, people. He was silencing me. My freedom of speech was taken away.
We're not gonna have any bad mouth and J&D around here.
That looks good, William. And this is hand sculpted, right?
Yes.
This was hand sculpted, yeah.
No
I think-
booty though. No booty. Minus points on that. No
I
booty.
think this is the porcelain hand sculpted. I think it's porcelain.
Yeah.
Nice to see the felt padding under the feet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so it doesn't scuff it up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Smart.
This is a
little,
XM
little
Studios,
things
correct?
like that. Yeah,
This is really like Angelus is great, but this is like the OG of XM and the way their product used to be so good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's why now, and I tell people, we'll talk about this a little later. Get your XM pieces now, okay?
yeah.
Third party, whatever they need to do, you need to get it now, okay? It's on hot sale. It's Christmas. Okay, we're over Christmas, but it's still hot sale at the end of the year. Get your XM, people, okay? Especially the old school stuff. I feel that the quality's made way better, but I don't have the new stuff, so it's very biased. And
Well,
No one has the new stuff. Let's be honest here.
True.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I would say the new stuff is like Maestro, right?
I
Someone
got you. I'm
posted,
fucking with
someone posted a Wolverine too.
you.
But let me scroll through here because I'm jumping so fast. I just want to say what's up to Juan Ortega. Thanks for joining. Alex, thanks for coming in. Dennis Perez. Let's see who else we got on here. Alan Kiefer, our boy Alan Kiefer. Thank you for jumping in. Michael Reyes, my neighbor, man, good guy. Got a great collection. So much 3Ds in the house. He's tuning in from Mexico. He's on vacation, the lucky bastard. So he's enjoying that sun. He's still having technical difficulties, but he's going in. Jojo Valdez, thanks for joining. Extreme Gamer, man, thanks for coming in. What did he say? Marcos, if you can go in the chat, what is Extreme Gamer? He said Insanity Smoke version. Yeah, I've seen it in person, man. The Insanity Smoke version is fire. It's really good. No pun intended with the fire, but it's a really beautiful piece for sure. So
I do want to say that, like, I'm still a Prime 1 guy, just like John. Prime 1, just there's something about their paint app, there's something about their sculpts, concepts. But XM, I would say Hulkbuster, the Dark Phoenix, those are some of the best pieces I think ever made from license as far as comic. So XM makes this really, really good, really high-end pieces, right? Kind of artsy type stuff, like the Shogun is amazing. I want to get the Shogun.
Oh my god, so good.
I want to get that. I want to get that. Yeah, I want to get that again. The samurai line. I want to get the whole samurai line again. That looks good, man. That stuff looks good.
Really good.
The details there. Can you bring that closer to the camera so we can see? Like, yeah, there you go.
I don't know what that was for. I'm not even gonna ask what they did with that, but
That looks really good.
But yeah, dude, Aiden, that samurai line. There's so many pieces I want in that line.
Me
like
too.
I think
Me too.
some of them, like I'm biased. Obviously, Nightwing's my favorite Batman character, but
Yeah.
that Nightwing samurai is so good. I like the Batman Beyond one they have on pre-order right now. But like I said, who knows if anybody's gonna get that? But it looks great. The concept at least was good. A lot of pieces samurai on horse. Like Alan, I saw that in person at Alan Kiefer's house.
I love that.
Amazing, amazing. And like
One of the
with
best pieces
XM, I don't pray on their downfall because I have the XM piece I have is the Deadpool one on the little unicorn. You know, it's barely hanging on with that little post. I don't know how it's doing that. Like God himself made it or something. But like, dude, if you blow in this direction, that thing's gonna move. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
Like it's crazy. But the details on it, it's the best painted and sculpt Deadpool I have, like easily.
Right.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want XM to fail because they do great work. They're in a bad spot. Obviously, we all know it. But you just don't want to see, especially like a legacy company. They're kind of an older company. When I got in, they're well known. Obviously, you don't want to see companies like that fail. But you know, bad business is bad business. Hopefully, they figure it out though.
Well, you know, like I posted that thing in A+, and I wasn't trying to like start any kind of drama, you know. But what I was trying to imply is, I think that, you know, going back to what William's talking about, it's like customs are getting better and better. Let's just face it. Like production's getting better, time frames getting better. However, I respect licensed companies because we know, like you and I know Jay. That looks good.
Yeah.
You and I know Jay. We respect him very highly. You know, it's like I just want to, like you, I want to see XM do well. Like, and not just, even if it's like, and later down the line, if they don't succeed, I want to see the collectors get their pieces. Like that's all I care about. The people that invested into them, we want to see them get those pieces in, and then if everything after everything kind of like settles, if they decide, hey, we no longer want to do this, that's sad, but at the same time, at least the collectors got their pieces. That's what I want to see,
Yeah.
right? And the other thing that I think that XM could do, and I've been saying this for years actually, is they should have a spokesperson, right? You need somebody who does PR, who specializes in PR. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, that
That looks
ugly
really
mug
good.
right there. Kind of looks like Aiden a little bit,
A little bit.
It looks like LeBron James.
Ooh, dude! I almost when I was good at I was looking for the LeBron James Hennessy. I was really looking
Oh
for
my
it, man.
God,
Just
you would, right?
I
You probably
would have,
would
dude.
not drink it.
I would have just drank it, dude, and just it could have tasted horrible. I
Okay.
still would have said this best alcohol ever.
No,
But dude, that
I
piece
mean,
is
Nice sculpt on that.
yeah,
dude. It's a
the hand
big
sculpt.
old 1/4, man. Fucking hell.
And I like
That
the
thing's
fact that it's like
massive,
really
yeah.
vibrant red. It's not
Yeah.
just like, and let's face it, the XM production is almost unmatched. Like their paint. The only thing that I was never a fan of with XM, as far as like from an artistic standpoint, was the fact they use blacks so much to shade in like the muscle striations and stuff. But they're still like their production is just so good.
So I
That
would say
prime
with
one.
that, with the black on the muscle indentation, that's kind of more comic like though. Like a lot of comic artists
That's
do
true.
that. So
That's true.
that's what
That's
I
true.
guess they're trying to accomplish with that. But
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
but I can see why it can affect not upset people, but kind of someone who's
People who
more
are hypercritical.
exactly. Yeah.
So he's about 26 inches tall. Maybe a little bit hair over. I don't know if I could put him on the bottom shelf. And then his depth is about 24 inches. And he's about, I say 16 wide, just kind of give or take. Funny story here. And if you guys seen this piece, I'm missing something. So I'm missing his aviators. He's got glasses. They're supposed to come with him. So I want people to be very, very careful when you do even a local pickup. I had a buddy pick this guy up for me because he was in SoCal, and that's about 5 hours for me. And I asked him to pick it up for me, and he was like, "Yeah, no problem." He sent me a picture. Neither one of us noticed that the aviators were missing. So I drove 8 hours. Actually, it's 8 hours. San Diego. Picked this piece up and came back.
Hey, that piece kicked your ass while you're over here. Pick the.
No, it's not that. It's that I'm fat. That's why. It's not had nothing to do with any of that stuff. But hey, thanks for joining there, Big Silver 77. Really appreciate you coming on. So I picked it up and I called him back and said, hey, since it was a local pickup, man, I'm missing the aviators and the art print. So I guess he was far away from this guy too, and then we kept messaging him, and he just ghosted us. So even with the local pickup, man, make sure you're paying very, very well attention to what you're doing, what you're grabbing, because you can miss something and never be able to go back and get it. So if anybody does have the aviators for sale, let me know. I'll pick it up off of you just so I could complete him. But other than that, man, this is the piece. Absolutely loved it. I loved it when it first came out. At the time, I was one of those guys where it's like way too expensive for me to buy. And then now I got like 17 pieces, so it just kind of happens that way,
Can you zoom into that at all so we can see close-ups?
Yeah. Let me get in. Let's see.
I'm curious to see this.
Well, I mean, I can get in closer. The only setback is this. What I was gonna say is this bag. It's not closing together where the gap is, so I don't know if. So I can't seal that, but I can get the camera here. We'll get really close. Hopefully, I don't lose the camera signal because the wiring's a little finicky. But yeah, we'll get up close. Let me get that light back on and let's see what I can do here for you guys. So yeah, man, even local pickups, you guys gotta be very, very mindful.
That's way
John,
bigger than.
Oh,
good.
I was just asking real quick. What's your favorite piece in your collection, man?
Oof.
It's always tough. I know. It's always tough.
Hush. Superman Hush. Predator.
Super. It'd be
He wants to say it. He wants
It'd be
it.
between DK3, Superman Hush, LBS Hulk,
Hmm.
and well, Predator's still fresh, so
Yeah.
You
So
can see there's like it looks there's a gap there, but I think it's just like he crushed and he's still walking, so I'm okay with that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Once he
Can you
rotates around.
Can you wedge something in there though, at least to prevent any kind of? You could probably
Lean?
stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely stick something in there.
I mean, his foot's all the way down at the bottom. The only other thing is like this bag here.
Mhm.
Well, he does have.
See that? See that gap there?
Yeah.
It's not closing very well.
Mhm.
But other than that,
That looks
Paint
good,
job looks
dude.
good.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Really good.
Wow.
And
Look at
what
the
I'll say about
striations
yeah, the foot, man, he has some good cankles, so I think he'll be sturdy in there, so
Oh
man, that is an ugly portrait. I love it.
Yeah. And you said it looked like me, so fuck you.
I forgot I said that. This is the great value, Aiden. My bad. This is a great value,
Right,
Aiden. That's what that is.
You're forgiven.
Very clean paintwork.
Yeah, man, that's good.
I mean, just
Maybe Williams' fists are undersized.
I was about to say he has small hands. I'm pretty sure actually Williams has small hands.
hey, what matters is I got big feet. All right.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay.
Big feet and little meat. I mean, yeah. It's a good piece though, man. I like it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I remember Jimmy. He had it. He said the only issue he had with it is like a slight issue is that he felt like you only can like display it in one direction.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you only can display it one way.
Yeah.
But it still looks good in that one way, so it's not like a huge issue.
Yeah, because you can tell on an angle like the rib
Mhm.
cage, I think, and the abs are sculpted, and they kind of look a little off on an angle, right? But
Right.
it's just it's a nitpick, but still it's a great piece. It's the best Red Hulk right now so far.
Oh yeah, by far.
Man, it's crazy when
Yeah.
I see this in people's collections. It doesn't look that big, but like right now, next to Will,
Yeah.
it looks ginormous.
No, it feels like a 1/3. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining, Stanley. Mark, thanks for joining. Let's see, right there.
Mark, man, what's up? No, Jordan is not there.
He's right. He's right.
Man,
I want
Mark
to. You know what we need to do? I want to get all the voters here for Jordan. Okay, just keep.
well, you
popping
guys
out.
are. Wait, no offense, you guys are all
Everybody.
old. I get it. You guys are all old. You
Everybody.
watch '90s ball. I
Everybody.
get it. You guys probably still think Wilt Chamberlain still hit 100 points in a game. You probably still think that. I get it. I get it.
Mark, you only think LeBron's the greatest because you saw him in Space Jams. Okay, that's not the original Space Jam,
horrible.
right? Let it go.
And
Hey,
Marco
it's
still thinks
horrible.
Predator is a B movie, so we can't
is a
trust
B
his
movie.
opinion.
A B
Wow.
movie is
Can't
not a
trust his
bad. A
opinion.
B movie is not a diss. I don't like guys act like a B movie is a diss.
You know how I feel about Marcos and his comment about Predator and Alien.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
That's how I feel about Marcos and most of his opinions.
That was a good
right.
clip.
I'm not insane. I'm a prophet. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But no, you're right. You can only display him kind of in one angle, unless you have like maybe you want to do a battle scene, then you could turn him facing another
Yeah.
hole or whatever. But normally, like if you want to look at his ugly mug and him approaching, you have to go the worst way possible, which is the depth, right? 24 inches.
Mhm.
So my display here, this is 24 inch by 48 by. Well, I shortened it, but yeah, I think 72.
Dude, you know what piece will look good with this is that new Sideshow Hulk. When he's like kind of jumping in the air, like face off, like they're both facing off. That'd be a pretty good.
Yeah.
Like little idea if you have it on the shelf. But
Well, I got a Hulk coming in. It's supposed to be a companion piece for Logan, but I might put him up against him. It's the custom piece. It has the same bar scene as my Sideshow Logan. If you haven't seen it, it's already shipped. I already got a confirmation of the shipping, so it'll be here in end of next month, hopefully. So we'll do that. I'm also getting maybe about 8 more statues coming in from a local friend of ours. Actually, I bought the Aphrodite and the Angelus from him. I helped him sell that black cat, the custom black cat we did the live on. So I got like, he's like, can you just take all my pieces, do your reviews because we love watching your reviews, and then put them up for sale. I said, yeah, no problem, man. Give me some content. I
Cool.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's much more live unboxing and shenanigans. Hopefully, what I could do too is upgrade this StreamYard so I could do more stupid shit on here, and we can all have fun and enjoy. So since we are talking about this piece, I know Aiden, you posted something about XM, and I know I've been talking about it, and I know we didn't want to like stir up the pot with the whole XM thing, but I said it before. It will if they go under, and this is an if because they haven't announced anything, but I kind of see the writing on the wall. Will the value go up of XM because they're going to be harder to get, or are they just going to be dirt cheap? No one's going to even care.
No, it won't go up. I know you think otherwise, and you're a businessman too. So like, I feel what's going to happen is people are, how collectors are very weird about stuff like this, right? If they don't like you or they have like this animosity, they're not going to want to touch your product just out of principle, even though these pieces are great. So I feel like there are select pieces that maybe like Dark Phoenix, right? Because it's going to be a while before we see another Dark Phoenix like that. Storm, stuff like that. But I think most of their stuff is actually going to go down.
Mm-hmm. Same.
It's just because it's the stock. It's like your reputation really says, like, your brand. If your brand is not good, your stock goes down, and people don't want to touch it. So I feel like that's what's going to happen, in my opinion, of course.
What about you, John? What do you think?
I think their heavy hitters will kind of hover where they are now, continue to hover. The Sinister Six, the Scorpion, the Hulkbuster, War Tank, those big pieces that they really did well on. I think they'll stay where they are, but the other ones you've seen a drop. I don't think much is going to change. I think that if they go, if goodness forbid they do go under, I don't think much will change price point wise. Because at the end of the day, it's not like there isn't any other options. You got customs coming out. You got other companies putting out product. It's not like that. We're pigeonholed only to XM product. There's a slew of other options there.
Yeah, it's true, but when you kind of disappear off the market, and collectors like myself want to get the OG stuff, which I have. I got the Cyclops, I got this Red Hulk, and I got a few other ones, and I'm working towards some other older Cable, Winter Soldier, like those really awesome pieces that they're more the original, the old school. I don't see myself picking up Dark Phoenix, Storm, or Magic because their price point's still too high. Yeah. But I feel like eventually the price point will go up higher because they're harder to get. I think that's the situation. I think at the moment right now, because it's in limbo, we don't know what's happening. The price point's really low because I got these at a fairly decent price, right? So that's why I tell everybody, jump on the XM, man. If you really want the piece, I'd get it now. And not to say just get it now because it's cheaper or whatever's happening with the company, but they're just amazing pieces. And if you see them for a good price point, snatch it. I saw a Transformation Hulk the other day for $1,500. Where was that 2 years ago, right?
True.
Where would you get that Transformation Hulk for $1,500? Not nowhere. So I just kind of see the writing on the wall, right? I work in distribution myself, so I kind of know some of the markets and things like that with certain products. Aiden mentioned it himself. Aiden's in the sales business, so he knows. So that's just kind of my take on what's happening there. So I just think we should just kind of pick them up and see where it goes.
Yeah, man.
So pick them up and store them.
Yeah, just pick them up and put them to the side. And if you're one of those guys that go to Comic-Con and get them signed, man, just do that too, man. Take something and get it signed. Yep. So much 3D. Let's say he said some of their older pieces will gain value, but mainly because of the limited edition size, and they are already covered pieces. Newer pieces won't. They don't carry sense of legacy or prestige. Yeah. Plus, that makes a lot of sense, man. That really makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm basically with everybody on this. Is like they're pieces that are big hitters already in the market are gonna. I think those are gonna go up, honestly. But the pieces that that people are just trying to get rid of always, those pieces are probably going to even go even worse, or maybe just stay the same. It just depends on what piece, but like Batman, Samurai, and Horse probably will go up even more. Hulkbuster will go up even more. You know, all the pieces we just talked about. So that's basically my opinion. It just depends on the piece. But yeah,
does it depend on the piece, or does it depend on the timing as well?
Well,
Right?
I'm just saying in general. We're just taking like a broad brush, obviously. Like obviously, timing matters too. Some dude may just need to get rid of all his collection. You know, it happens sometimes. Like fuck it, like $1,000 for each piece, basically. You know, it's happened before.
Yeah.
But I would say with a broad brush on the averages, you know, I would say things will go up that are already a really high price already, and then things will go down that are already at a low price trying to sell. So from
Right.
XM. In general, the selling marketplace sucks absolute
Right
booty
now,
hole
yeah.
right now. So it's not good in general. So add on the XM probably maybe going down, maybe. That factors in to a little bit in both ways, I think.
So Roger said they don't have a notoriety or name attached to them. If SS went under, pieces that have names attached to them, like Daniel Bell, Martin Cannell, will have that kind of prestige to them.
Well, you know what's weird? Daniel Bell actually has done work with XM because I know that because my Deadpool is by Daniel Bell.
So, and he did the Electro.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. There's some better pieces.
The thing with Sideshow and the artists is the thing is if they went under, they've made such an abundance of the characters already though, because you can see it in the market. That original Thor, that Thor PF that was stunning, where he was going with the Mjolnir pointed up to the sky. They've done 2-3 Thors already after that, so I think it's been watered down. Sideshow's watered down. The
look at Harley Quinn. They just came out with another Harley Quinn, same sculpt in a different pose, and not different pose, same pose, different color outfit, and then different base. So like, yeah, I see where John's going with that. It's like I think
she's gonna align more with this new DC quarter scale line they're doing, though. I think that was the purpose of putting this.
I get it. And that's my Harley is like the Jester outfit. So I'm actually kind of happy about that. But we'll see.
Yeah, she's got more of the animated series outfit.
Oh, that's my look.
Yeah, that's your jam. Yeah, I know. So, but yeah, let's see what happens. You know, only time will tell. And then we'll kind of go from there. If you grab your valuables, have them. If not, let them go. Extreme Gamer, I may be alone in this, but I've never been a huge Sideshow fan
I get it too,
from a manufacturer perspective.
Dude, like we had two pieces that one of the people in our chat, Dennis, he had his Batman Dark Knight break.
Heartbreaking.
And heartbreaking. And then obviously the Batman versus Joker, there's plenty of people that have had issues with that. That piece breaking just on the spot, basically. So they definitely got to figure something out. I know they have the capital to really help you out if things break right away. Like Sideshow has a good customer service in a way, but they still got to get their QC issues figured out on these bigger pieces. So
with them, it's that prototype to production. That's where they're having issues, whether it be paint, engineering, and so forth. That's the gap that needs to be filled. They have some of the best artists on the projects, painters, sculptors, etc.
They hold them back though. Those sculptors and painters though, 100%. Like they hold those guys. If you put those guys with Prime 1, my gosh, those guys would just thrive in an environment like that.
Can you imagine?
But Sideshow holds, I get it. They're probably getting paid a lot by Sideshow. I get it. But at the same time, if you let them loose on a different company with a bigger budget, they would absolutely thrive. Like
remember, that's what I posted in my post in my A+ group. Is I'm like, if Daniel Bell has, even though I know people are anticipating Archangel, if they had, you just know what kind of quality as far as texturing and stuff. If they let Daniel Bell sculpt to his highest potential and just trust him, this thing would be the best Archangel ever made, because he is by far, and I'm going to say this, by far a better sculptor than Caleb, period. If they just let him go, let him do his thing within, licensing, that thing would be the best Archangel by far, because he's that capable. But it's just they have these guys that you have to send it to the Marvel guy. They got to say yes or no. It's like these guys.
A lot of hoops.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like why don't they approve some of these things when you're seeing cartoons that are 10 times worse than the statues? It doesn't
I'd
make any
like to
sense.
see, I'd like to see them start to sell their prototype pieces that the artists put together, because those
Yeah,
would be, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
uh,
Hey,
yeah,
so
they,
just want to say what's up, Limited Collectibles and Cypher. Thanks for joining in, man. Really appreciate you guys here. Yeah, I think that goes for, in my opinion, almost every factory and production. That's including licensed and non-licensed, right? Customs. Lately, we've been seeing more on the licensed side, right? With Sideshow, PCS,
Prime One.
Prime One. Even with the XM issues. I haven't really seen or heard anything on Tweeterhead yet. Chad's a really good guy. He really pays a lot of attention to some of the stuff in the factories, but so I don't really know too much about any QCs. I know shipping issues. There's been a lot of shipping issues with all factories, not even just Tweeterhead, but
Even Prime One. Prime One had to move back that Predator Berserker and a lot of other pieces to like
yeah,
next year.
yeah, because
So,
of the shipping issues. Yeah, yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, probably blame it on the tsunami or something. I don't know, but that's over here, not over there. But they need an excuse not to ship things, so it's all good. But yeah, I think that just goes to say what you were talking about, Marcos, is maybe they need to use more of their capital and have extra hands-on for the QC. So we, the collectors, don't pick up pieces and have to deal with shipping it back and complaining and writing, all that good stuff,
Yeah.
right?
So like put it like this, I never really liked that Joker versus Batman piece. There are some things I liked, some things I didn't. Like majority of stuff I didn't really care for. But that was, at least you could say for Sideshow, that was an ambitious piece for them. And they completely failed on it because of QC issues with a lot of collectors. So now people, even if yours came in good, now you have that fear of, oh, this shit's going to break probably in the future. Because there's no real support on both characters, which is crazy. Both 1/4 characters. So like, it's the first ambitious piece I say in a while, and it completely flopped. And then the other one was the Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight Returns, and look what happened to Dennis piece. Like, rest in peace, man. Like, fucking hell. So then they figured out with these bigger pieces. Yeah, you can do a museum 1/4 and it look fine for Sideshow. Like, it's not gonna have any real issues. But these pieces that are ambitious, they need to figure that out. Like, you can't just cut corners on these pieces because you're just gonna start losing money as a business itself too, with refunding people and shipping it back and then trying to make a new one for them, and maybe that one breaks too. So it's just not a good business model. But I know they got way more capital than the majority of the companies, so we'll see. They know more about that than they know.
Cyber says seems like a no-brainer to have a steel rod in the main support that holds both characters. How did they miss that? That goes back to the QC guys and the people, Sideshow, whoever commissioning that product with the factory. That's an engineering issue. So if they were originally doing their proto and they put it together, there should have been an engineer there looking at it and be like, no, we're going to have a problem with this. We need to do something else. Like, someone should have been behind it thinking about it. And I've been a millwright for over 2 decades. I've engineered several things. So I kind of have an eye when I look at some of these pieces and like, well, why didn't they do this? And why didn't they do that? Why didn't they support this? And you know what I'm saying? Once you start seeing the breakage and they come in. The other thing people complain about is like most of the statues are hollow. I mean, you're gonna roll cast it or you're gonna solid. If you do it solid, it's too heavy. Shipping is expensive. You roll cast it, you're gonna have breaks. So collectors need to understand that whether it's a custom piece and I'm more of the custom side, or if it's a licensed piece, they pretty much come from the same factories. They kind of do the process all the same, right? So each side has their give and take. You're right, Marco. They should have figured out and put, or Cypher should have figured out and put like a rod or something to help support that. Anytime you have a character in an odd angle floating or is something, it's going to have either a lean or it's going to break. It's just the way it is.
And
right?
That's just more them not used to doing pieces like this. So that's another thing. They don't have the mindset of we're used to doing these type of big ambitious pieces. This and that, and they don't probably think about that. That never crossed their mind.
Yeah, but that's not a Sideshow thing. That's a factory thing. The factory's used to it. The factory's the one that should have saw this. Said, "Hey, Sideshow, you're gonna have a problem here with this issue because they're the professionals. They're the ones making your piece. So it has nothing to do with Sideshow. Sideshow's just gonna look at the proto and be like, "Holy crap, that looks great. Let's put it out for sale." So if no one in the factory is saying anything, then you got QC issues and you got unhappy.
They're getting paid regardless, so that's probably my factor too. So
that's the thing. I think Sideshow, yeah. I think a little bit of the onus could go on Sideshow too, to have people checking there and inspecting it. Like this whole thing now with this Dark Knight Returns Batman, is this going to be the beginning of the end of that piece? Are we going to start seeing more of these issues?
Yeah.
That's wild.
What do you think,
No,
Aiden?
Well, I was thinking because I agree with everything you guys are saying. The thing we have to remember, and I'm not making excuses because, like I said, you know, you and I are both custom and licensed. These guys, the problem what's happening is if you got the Sideshow and and I love Ant Adams, so like he's going crazy with licenses, right? You guys know they have to use and put out certain product by they have deadlines.
Yeah.
So let's say because Ant told me one time he had like 70 projects going.
My
All right,
God.
you got 70 projects going. How many factories do you think he has
Yeah.
available to him? Maybe 3. So everybody's saying, do this, do this, do that. And he's like, okay, I'll do this, do this, do that. And you have to meet this deadline. So this one factory's taking on like 20 projects at once. What do you think's going to happen? They have to meet this deadline. So they're like, go, 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 go. And then they get to that point where like, okay, if there's any issues, maybe we can address it later because the majority of the collectors won't have issues. And if they do, we'll take care of it, right? So it becomes a business and not so much as people who are doing just 5 projects a year, they have more time, right? We got to remember these things because yes, it is on them and is their risk, but at the same time, people are asking for these IPs, but they're not understanding the nuances that come with that.
Yeah.
You know, so we really have to remember that there's only so many Ant Adams that can manage this. There's only so many Sideshow people that can manage this. It's really difficult to manage 70 projects, 100 projects a year. So we have to remember that. And this is what comes with wanting them to take on all these different IPs, right? So I'm playing devil's advocate. I just wanted to kind of come from that standpoint.
Dude, I get your point for sure.
But there's no excuses, right? Because it's a lot of money. I'm just saying, let's remember that. Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also agree with the Ledge here. The Batgirl is a nice and totally worth the money. Probably the last Sideshow he'll ever buy, though. Going to be more picky. You know, we're all kind of being a little more picky. I'm super picky when it comes to the price point, and I'll just store it in my garage if I can't display it. But you're absolutely right. And I know I chat about this on Custom Produced, where it was more like buying what you like compared to buying a line. Where do you have more control, buying what you like or buying just a line? So if no one's coming out with that next character you want, then you kind of save money. But if you buy what you like, you kind of buy what you like. You're spending more. In my opinion, you're spending more money. So it was just kind of a back and forth conversation. I only have Sideshow wise. I think I just only have that SS Logan, and I got the OG Captain Marvel, which I love to death, and I got her at a really good deal. And those are the only 2 pieces that I have Sideshow. I got Catwoman here, Tweeterhead. So I am tempted with the Archangel from Sideshow. I don't usually buy Sideshow. I did buy their Silver Surfer, their OG Silver Surfer at one point. The paint application was terrible. It was really bad, so I ended up returning it and another piece. Just kind of, you know, what happens. So I'm kind of in the same boat with Ledge here. I probably won't pick anything up from Sideshow in terms of POing. I would have to wait for third party and see who has a review. That Batgirl is phenomenal, but I don't collect quarter DC. I just collect 1/3, as you can see up on the top. If she was 1/3, I probably would have picked her up, even though she doesn't go with my line. But the piece is just so fantastic, and I love the clay face on there. The light up features are great. They did a fantastic job on that piece.
Yeah.
But I feel with Sideshow too, it's kind of a hit and miss every time, right? Like they come out with this epic piece, and then the rest of the stuff is just not there, and then they come out with another epic piece. So,
but yeah, but what Aiden was saying, man, like, yeah, give the benefit of the doubt sometimes to these companies, but if it happens over and over and over again, then that's when you really can call into question. Like, obviously, Dark Knight Returns, we just talked about the Batman versus Joker, and then someone said it, the Red Sonja. I saw a couple people pieces already cracking on that little red like swoosh or wave,
yeah,
because the character is like basically on that, like the weight's on that. So that's 3 pieces in 2024, man. That's happened. Like they're having issues with. That's not good. You know, so like they got to figure it out at some point. And I only have 4. I'm not a hater of Sideshow. I think like because I collect DC villains, Batman from Sideshow, and if they do like some Superman villains, I might maybe get it. But all my pieces from them are based like very simple 1/4 statues. You know, they're nothing out of this world crazy. And I'm definitely gonna be very wary of dynamic pieces from them, from characters. So that's just me. But
Yeah, I agree with you right there. Everyday collector, man. The Final Fantasies, man, they're dangerous. They are dangerous to
they're
collect,
great, man. Great.
That's
But
the problem.
price-
That's why they make it dangerous. Figure Context for joining, man. I really appreciate you jumping in, hanging
What's
out with us.
crazy? What's crazy is the price point did not deter people.
Not at all.
That's
Yeah.
that's the dangerous part.
Yeah.
But what I
I
say is
agree.
I said on the Godlike Statue is the crazy rich agent effect. You know, like those agents, they love Final Fantasy, dude, and they got the money to
Mhm.
do it, bro. They're like, fuck it, this is what I'm doing. So that
Marcos,
might be their
we
only
know
piece in their collection. You know.
we know that you secretly picked up one of those $10,000 blind boxes. We know it. It's
No, I did not. I did
Yeah.
not.
For Marcos for a guy don't pay $8,000 for
Dude,
Batgirl. He picked
I
up a
would.
box.
I would.
Yeah.
Especially if she was full silicone on the button boobs only. Too. I would have done it. You know?
Hey, I had a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
There's some of those custom pieces like the Wolverine versus Wendigo, right? They go for $10,000. So
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, but then you see this Final Fantasy, you know, like the Prime One. So the Prime One is more of an artsy piece, right? And it's bigger. So do you think, in a sense, I'm not trying to like say that it's worth that, but if people are willing to spend like 12,000 for that Wolverine Wendigo, don't you think that there's justifiable reason that people buy that Final Fantasy piece? Like, what do you think about that?
So Freddie had a great point. We talked about it last night. Is like it's overpriced, but it's not. It's not. What did he say? Is a specific word. He said it's not egregious. You know, where he say you can't buy it. Like that $13,000 piece they did, the last Final Fantasy piece. That's ridiculous, but people still bought it.
Yeah.
Supposedly it sold out, but I have not seen it on the Facebooks that much, so I don't know if it really did. But Freddie did point a good point out. Said it is overpriced, but it's not egregious enough so people can like Raul, our friend in there, not everyday collector, sorry, but the game, I forgot his name on the YouTube, but Raul he bought it because it's his favorite IP of all time.
Sure.
So he's like, fuck it, I'm
Raul de
getting
Leon,
it.
right?
Yeah, exactly. So I get it. You know, like if it's like Will said, man, I would probably, if it's a great backer 1/3 bike piece, I would be, if it's 8K, I'll probably get it, man. Fuck it. Like, or Deadpool, like 1-to-1 statue. I've thought about it a million times, man. Like, just that's my guy, you know. So we all do stupid stuff when it comes to our favorite characters and IPs.
and that's the thing. We're all collectors. So if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you're not getting any other licensed product like that anytime soon. So you make it work.
Mm-hmm.
If you pick up those two at $5,000 and $3,000 was your year total, then you take it off the next year.
Yep.
You just make it work. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
And there's different levels. Like, not everyone's on the same trajectory in this hobby, right? You got guys that can dish out $5-10 on a round of statues, and to them it's nothing.
I mean, didn't they sell out that 1-to-1 scale Hulkbuster? I think they only made like 20 of those. There was $75,000 a pop.
I think they made 50 of those motherfuckers.
The Queen?
I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for like stores, or you know, I'm talking about like people bought those for like big old stores and.
Didn't Art the Statue Collector buy one? He
No,
did. Didn't he?
unless I remember he was adamant in saying I'm not buying this.
I could have swore I saw him make a video of it, but maybe it was the wrong agent. I don't know. Maybe it was
Maybe Ronnie Stark.
Whoa, dude.
Ronnie Stark probably bought it.
Yeah,
he
he probably did.
He probably
Yeah,
bought
I mean-
50 of them.
He's the only guy that legit has like a Hall of Armor of Iron Man right now in 1-to-1.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
His
Dude.
collection's wild, yeah.
Yeah, and he has like multiple, like he has that whole Iron Man room, and he has like a DC room, and he has an anime room. Like his collection just, I don't know what he does. I don't know if he's selling fucking Pablo Escobar cocaine in Asia or something. I don't know what he's doing, bro, but he's got some bread on him, man. So good for him.
Bro, he's selling powdered resin, bro.
Powdered resin.
People just fucking snorting that shit, dude. It's like fucking powdered resin. dude. Fucking hell.
That's hilarious, man. I wanted to. Jumping aside from that, Marcos and I were. I don't know about you, John, and I didn't ask this. Are you an anime collector? You like anime? Have you watched it, or that's not your niche?
The only anime I got into this year and fell in love with was Berserk.
Okay, that's like the worst anime to watch, though. I would say that because the anime sucks, but the manga is amazing.
The manga is
Like,
amazing. Yeah,
they've done a disservice to the source material in the animes. But I'm glad you're at least
story wise.
so.
I got into it more for story wise.
Yeah,
but you're
exactly,
right.
for sure.
The manga is really where you go to appreciate
Yes.
the art form.
Yeah, I agree. The anime, they kind of, when they did the sequel after the whole arc,
Oh, gosh, it's so bad.
the CG was terrible. Everything. I ended up watching it because I just wanted to continue the story, but it was very hard to watch. I heard they're gonna bring it back with better animation, like the original. I really like the old school anime style art.
Yeah.
So
But it had the original anime had its limitations, obviously, with that old school style.
right.
They did their best with what they were given with at the time. I get it, but the Berserk anime has been really just like you said, John. The story is still great. It just the animation just lacks in so many areas compared to like Demon Slayer is the most basic story of all time, but the animation is just through the roof and
Really
music, score, so like with anime, it really stuff gets elevated with how the production is. And Berserk has just, and that's one that should be given the god tier, production and everything, and just has not been. They did they did in the sequels, like those movies and all that. They did like a 3D animation, like in America, and for some reason the Japanese they kind of getting better, but they have never like captured like that Pixar look, 3D animation. They struggle with that for some reason.
Yeah,
but they obviously 2D art they kill it in anime. But
yeah, they kill it. They did that. They did that animation, the one you're talking about, like the animation my kids will watch on some B-rated cartoon.
Yeah, like the Cartoon Network XD or some shit. Like what?
Yeah, it looks just like that. Like
they were just so behind. They are. They're so behind on 3D animation, which I don't mind because I think 2D animation, when done well, is better than 3D animation.
Better. Yeah, I agree.
And they're the kings of 2D animation, so let them keep doing that. But the Berserk anime, John, I'm glad that you love it though, but they have struggled with the Berserk anime adaptation.
Well, I stopped at the Golden Arc.
Mm-hmm. Golden Age.
The Golden Age. I didn't even finish the movies. I was more into the actual broken down show that they have on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of like that old school.
Yep, 90s, late 80s. Yeah.
So
that I enjoyed.
Yeah, and that's the kind of anime I'm talking about. Hey, what's going on, Lane? Thanks for joining.
Legend Lane.
I see him on here somewhere. I'm sorry. I didn't go through the comments there, so I want to apologize to everybody. That's why I'm just kind of clicking on here. Let's see. Extreme Gamer.
Dude, I've watched Demon Slayer a million times. I like the anime. If you read it though, it's not a great story. It's just average at best. It's fine. But the anime is like top tier of all time.
Mr. Kiefer's in the house. The animation is really great. I really like that animation. Also, Fate Night. The animation on Fate Night's really good too.
Yeah, dude.
The earlier ones. I haven't really watched the newer stuff, but the earlier ones are really good.
For sure.
Let's see.
Dude, and I get it, JoJo, 100%. The animation for One Piece has lacked in a lot of ways. There's no way I can get. Put it this, John. So One Piece. I don't know if you heard about it. Yeah.
I One Piece. I started the what is it called? The one they put on Netflix, and I obviously it's not.
Oh, the live action.
The live action.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. Yeah. It's not bad at all. Yeah.
So anime adaptations for live action have been horrible. Like it's never been very good.
This one's good.
And that one's a solid 7.2 out of 10, which is amazing for anime adaptations.
And I was kind of upset because my number one anime is Yu Yu Hakusho. Mm-hmm. I just absolutely love it. I grew up
so bad.
I love it. But the live action adaptation, they were trying. It was like a solid 5 for me. I'm like, I like seeing it in live action. Same thing with Bleach. Like I'm a big Bleach fan, and the live action they just kind of tried, but they just need a little better production. But speaking of One Piece, and I'm not a One Piece guy. I've never watched One Piece, but I did want to show this because it's Marco's thing, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. So this piece right here.
Yeah,
Sorry about that right there.
This is
Oh,
ridiculous,
That's a big piece. Holy
to
man.
say the least.
So this thing is freaking huge.
That's what she said.
So it it is massive. It is 63 inches by 75 inches.
And then
Now,
probably 80 deep too, probably, in that range,
something like that. Something like that. So Marcos, because we're not One Piece people, and I want to know if anybody in the chat is. First of all, I want your opinion on this. I want John's opinion, and then we'll just kind of go through there. But there is a black and white version, or like I don't know.
I like better. I do like
Right.
that.
So there's a black and white version, and then there's a colored version. Marcos, because you know all the characters, I don't know them too well. I'm assuming they got most of all the popular characters. I know Blackbeard's on here.
No, Blackbeard is not
on there.
It's not on here. So that's another thing that Todd's website said Blackbeard.
It says Blackbeard.
Yeah, it's not. For some reason, he had Blackbeard. It's not Blackbeard. He was not in this arc.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, that's why I need to talk to a professional about this. But in my opinion, I think this is a very, very epic piece. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Explain what's happening here, Marcos.
So for me, this is based on the arc, the Wano arc. So it basically has every big character besides Big Mom. I had Big Mom in my background right here. She's like one of the strongest pirates, that pink one right there. She's a big bitch. So it basically has every big character in this one. I don't know why they missed out on Big Mom. I know she's a ginormous character, but they should have had her on this for sure. But every character in this is like all in the final fights. These are all the big players, all the big pirates, if that makes sense. Like these are the guys that were really fighting people. The only issue I have with this piece is that it's random, meaning some of these characters did not fight any of these characters. And then this scene, so I actually like this one though, the ink one.
Mac.
I love the ink one. The ink one's really cool. Like because it's like kind of manga inspired, I guess you could say. I really like that one. If I did get one of these pieces, it would have been this one, but it's $2,000 more. So John, yeah, this piece is right here. The ink one is 13,500, and then the other one right here is like 11,500. So, yeah, so it's a very expensive piece and it's huge. What I give respect to this company is that it's a super ambitious piece. I love that about it. And like, if you really only could get one piece your whole life and you have the money to do it, this might be your only one piece. It's obviously going right in the middle of everything, and it's just like everybody, whoever gets this piece will be everybody's first look. Like what the hell is that? They just gonna look at it, walk around it. But for me, it's just so random with some of these characters fighting some random characters that they never fought in the manga or anime. I wish they kept true to the source material. So where they're at basically right now is the rooftop scene, which is some of the characters are on it, like Luffy. Get my help, bro.
Luffy,
you're not getting
that
this, bro.
Hey Marcos, is Luffy like gear 5 right there, or 4?
He's gear 4 right there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's gear 4 is like Monkey Man, or
yeah,
he's called stuff like Monkey Man. Yeah. So but I wish they had Luffy, Kaido, which is the one he's fighting. I wish they had you can't see him, but he's at the far left. Eustace Kid, Law, Zoro, and Killer right next to that blue guy, kind of, and then Big Mom. That should have been all that should have been on this piece. And if they wanted to do something crazy, they should have had those characters on the top, which like the rooftop, and then under it, like kind of like a diorama scene. You know that One Piece, the Prime One Avatar piece where it has like 2 layers?
Yeah.
They should have done the second layer under it with the other characters that are on this piece, like because that's how the scene is basically. Like the main characters on the top, and then the other people that are on like that big fat white guy with the white and black stripes. Like him and a couple of other characters underneath. That's how they should have done it, probably. Which would have been a lot more difficult to do. I get it. But as of right now, this piece is just very busy. It's a big piece, though. But it's just a random assortment of characters. And it just, for me, they missed out. they hit on the mark of ambitious piece, and it looks good, like detail wise and everything, but they missed on the story accuracy, I guess you could say, for me. So, but whoever gets this, my God, dude, good for you, because this is it's a used car price, obviously. Like, good for you, man. You got it, bro. Like that, you got money, and the details look great. That Luffy though, I would be scared that would break. That
Right.
like that, and then the Sanji right there with the fire kick. The left, like those two characters, I would be very scared of, and maybe the Marco in the bottom right with the blue and yellow flames.
Yeah.
So those, yeah, I get Big Mom is ginormous. She's the biggest character out of all of them. Her name's Big Mom for a reason, but still, they should. Hey, bro, I get it, man. But that's my issue though. Is that it's just not story accurate. But the ambitious piece of it, the fact that they have this many characters in one big diorama is amazing. I love that their companies are taking huge risks with One Piece pieces because it's my favorite anime of all time. Not anime, it's my favorite IP of all time. So,
Wow,
I love that
great.
someone's doing this. Yeah. So, but if you guys want to give your opinions on this, I have no issues if you trash it or you love it. So,
John, what do you think?
Looking at this from the outside in, as like not knowing anything about One Piece, artistically it's stunning. But I think this is a piece where pictures just don't do it justice.
Yeah.
You need to see it in person.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
through the pictures, especially the black and white one, everything gets
I
muddled
love
together.
that. I love that one though. It looks so good to me.
But I can't believe the size of this thing. In the other photo with the two gentlemen standing next to it, that is absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's I mean, you just kind of got to really do the math. Let me go back to the two gentlemen right there.
Oof.
You really got to do the math on the scaling for this thing. Really, I don't know. I didn't really read into it too much. I just love kind of everything about it. I think those are 1/6 characters, right, Marcos?
Non-scale. Like Kaido looks like 1/10 because he's ginormous. Like he's like legitimately like a skyscraper. Like tall.
Right. But I mean, like, when you look at the image wise, you look at them, you're like, okay, this looks like a 1/6 diorama because there's so many in there. Because I can only imagine quarter scale of any of those characters. Right.
It'll be like, yeah, dude, if Luffy was 1/4, that would be breaking within 2 seconds. So,
oh, for sure.
Yeah. I hope that they make Luffy a like foam, basically, because I don't want him to be weighing anything for any collectors. Like I want him to weigh nothing.
So here's a
custom piece.
No,
this is licensed. Okay.
Yeah, it's licensed. Ryu Studios is a license, and the weird thing is Ryu Studios is like come out with some of the most basic One Piece pieces and then they come out with this out of nowhere. No, Stanley, I would not be enabled on this. I promise you, I would not.
I already tried.
No white beard.
No. I can't help but compare, but I look at a piece like this that's sitting there in this what looks to be a little gallery, intricate. The engineering behind this piece, there's pieces in the air, flying sideways, and then you have that sideshow Batman versus Joker, and they can't get that right.
Thank you.
It's mind-boggling to me.
Yep. And that's where I talk about, these companies really have to invest the capital in the engineering process, especially, and that these guys did, because that Luffy up there like made me nervous when I saw it. And then I'm pretty sure you got small pieces that'll break. I couldn't imagine doing a live unboxing on that. We'll be here for 8 hours just for me to figure out what the hell's going on, right?
Yeah. This is probably what, a 7-boxer, 8-boxer, you think?
Potentially, or a crate, a couple crates, maybe.
Multiple crates, yeah. Worse, yeah.
So it's like, and so here's a good question I have for you. And then when we look at a piece like this in a price point with the colored, right? Not even the ink, but let's just say, shits and giggles for both of them. You're looking at 12 to 14 grand. And that Final Fantasy was about the same price for less.
Well, plus shipping, so that's even more. So think about
right,
crazy,
right. So where do you justify the price point in terms of, what I'm saying, for what you get? I can understand this being about that price, a little Honda Civic, 15 grand, but that Final Fantasy, I don't see it being that price. It just doesn't make sense to me, especially for the scaling. But this thing right here, this is a massive piece, and you're right. My opinion in terms of this piece is, this is the one all be all. Like if you're a One Piece person, it doesn't have, Big Mama. It doesn't have Blackbeard, even though it says it did. So I'll send a message to Todd unless
Yeah,
he's
please
in
send
there.
it. He pissed
Yeah,
me off.
yeah, unless he's in there somewhere and we can't see him. He just sees his eyes. He's like, no, that's Blackbeard's eyes in that mountain somewhere. You know. Yeah, that would like. Would you still collect other pieces once you have this kind of
You wouldn't need
grail?
to. You wouldn't need to. That's the thing. But if you could, if you wanted to, like Ronnie Stark could, do it. But
Right.
you wouldn't need
Well,
to. This would be like a one
this
and done piece if you really wanted to do it. So
this is
What do you think? What do you
what
think,
studio
Aiden?
did you say worked on this?
What
But
studio
what
is it, Marcos?
wait, what'd you guys say? I'm sorry.
What studio?
Oh, Ryu Studio.
Rio.
R
That's right.
RYU and then Studio. That's like I said,
Yeah,
they come out with some of the most basic one. Like they're not bad pieces, but they're just kind of basic pieces. And they just come out with this fucking piece out of nowhere. Like what the hell? They teased it a long time ago, but I'm just saying in general, like they came out with this piece, just kind of out of nowhere. Like holy shit. So yeah.
good
So
on them.
Aiden, what do you think of what you see here, Aiden? Do I need a? I know you were off for a little bit. Just wanted to get your opinion on what you think.
I don't even know what I'm looking at. I mean, in order for me to assess something like that, I need to know what I'm looking at. In my opinion, it's too much going on. It's way too much. Like, I like separation, contrast of different, colors and stuff, and it just, I don't know what I'm looking at. So, I mean, maybe it looks great in person. I don't know. Do you have any different photos, like maybe closer up, so we can kind of see different angles, maybe?
This is
That's all you
this
have?
is kind of like this is the back part of it. So
Can
that's
you
the
zoom
back
into
angle.
that?
Yeah, I can zoom into it. I can't zoom in too much.
Okay. So what are we looking at here, Marcos? Like, what is all this going on?
This
So
is
it's just
one.
it's just a bunch of characters fighting each other. That's really what it is. It's on Wano Kuni. It's not last arc in the anime and manga, but it's like the arc before that. It was the longest arc of all time though in One Piece. It lasted
Okay.
I think 3 years in the manga and lasted even more in the anime. So it was a long arc, and this is basically every main character in this arc besides one it's Big Mom.
Okay.
So it's usually with that skull right there, the Oni skull right there, you see with the
Where?
horn.
Oh,
It's called the
okay.
rooftop scene, basically. But a lot of these characters weren't on that scene. That's why I get pissed
Right.
off about it. So it's just more of
Oh,
assortment of characters that were in the arc. That's all
so
it
they're
is.
standing on a skull is what they're doing, basically.
Yeah, but but the skull like in the anime is like ginormous, and then like there's like a whole rooftop of
Okay.
rocks and everything. It's like a whole mountain, like it's a whole valley of mountains and all that. But they just obviously condensed it. So
So this is kind of like, it reminds me of that. You guys see that one, the DT Tube, the Sinister Six with Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and like had all the characters.
yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
It
So maybe
reminded
this
me
is
of that
kind
too. It reminded me of that
Yeah,
too.
yeah, right. Like all the
Yeah.
colors and all the characters. So maybe if I knew what I was looking at, I would appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of this, if this IP and this anime, this is probably the one and only, right? That you would need.
Well, yeah, for 12 grand.
Yeah. But the thing is, though,
Shit.
like some of these characters, as a huge fan, I just do not care about. Like that one guy you see with the yellow like mustache right there, like with the
Yeah.
his name is Jack the drought. He's kind of sucks. Like there's a couple. Raul was just texting me. You suck. I get it. Man. I get it. But like there's characters like Yamato right there, like that top left girl with the big purple and white ribbon. You guys see her right above?
Right here.
Yeah, one of the worst written characters in all shows. She's basically the Rey of One Piece, Rey from Star Wars, like the most divisive character of all time. Like there's people that loved her because of some reasons, and there's people that hated her because they didn't like her because story writing reasons. But there's just characters on here that I truly don't care about, and there's way better characters in One Piece. That's why, for me, I won't say it's a one like end all be all, because there's characters that truly do not matter in the long run of things. But the ambitiousness of this piece, which I appreciate, and it looks really good, at least the prototype. So
He said, "That's extreme gamer. Oh my God, guys, don't listen to Marcos. This is the LBJ argument all over
Oh my
again."
God.
I'm just very impressed of them needing a steel table to hold it up. Right.
multiple tables, I think it is too.
Yeah.
So
So you know this is gonna be extremely heavy piece. If you were to have this piece, you would need like some beefy redwood coffee table or something. Don't
Or
get
just
nothing
put it on
like.
the ground, like just leave it on the ground. Honestly, like that's one of those
On the
pieces too.
ground. Damn.
Yeah, man.
I'm always a little skeptical on the ground. I got 3 pets, so I'm always skeptical about
I
anything
get
on
it.
the
I get it.
ground. And then I got the cat, and I know the cat would love walking around that whole scenery, and I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. But I would love to see whenever this does come out, somebody do an unboxing. I'm pretty sure one of the bigger guys in the YouTube world would do an unboxing on this piece. But yeah, I wanted to bring this piece up because Marcos is a big One Piece fan, and I know I promised Marcos a while back that we were going to talk a little bit more about anime because that's our jam. Um, but yeah, this is an extremely epic piece. Um, I'm gonna move to some other stuff here, but I did want to ask a question. So you guys let me know what's up. So there's been obviously we have the XM issues, but there has been some little bit of drama kind of in the custom world, and I want your guys' opinion because I got receipts on this.
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
dude.
So
This is
whoever denies it, I'm not going to say names. We never say names, especially in the custom world. We keep it to ourselves. But I wanna ask you guys a question, and people on the panel also. So there was a seller. He sold his PO to a customer. The customer picked the PO up straight from the factory, never opened the box for a year. So apparently he sold it to another third party person. That person opened it, knowing there was damage, and did a review on it and bashed it, and bashed the seller for that PO. So who's in the wrong? Is it the seller? Is it the first guy that bought it, or is it the third guy
dude, this is
that
like, oh no,
Yeah,
man.
but
that,
That's like
that saw, that
everybody's
saw the breakage and did the unboxing anyways,
did
or the
did the
review?
original seller disclose that to the buyer? That, hey, I haven't opened it. I don't know. Like, is
Yeah.
this what you're saying? That
It seems like they did. Like when he went to go sell, not the original, the second. So there's a seller that sold it. He just sold his PO from the factory, and it went to a buyer. That buyer never looked at it for a year, and
okay?
decided to look at it, and let the next buyer know, and the buyer
Mhm.
still did a review with it damaged and bashed that
I
particular.
know what you're talking about. So yeah, if it's knowingly, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I think that's low class. Like, and it doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're the most. I don't care if you're the president of the United States. I don't care who you are. That is low class because at the end of the day, that's intentional and it's kind of like low character, right? So it should, if you're going to review a piece, just review the piece for what it is, not kind of like a setup, right?
Yeah.
I don't like that because, and it's the same thing if a custom guy does that for against licensing, right? That's just kind of like you got to be unbiased. Like, John, he's very unbiased. Like every time I watch a show, he's always like, look, this is just stuff that's coming straight from I'm not going to change the information I'm getting, but I'm just going to relay what I'm being told, right? And it's very transparent. I think being transparent is very important when you're doing a
Yeah.
review on something. That's just me.
hmm I always try to do that
Yeah.
too when I'm live unboxings. Yeah, go ahead, John. Yeah.
No, please. No.
Oh, I was just saying, like, for when I do live unboxings, even if I love the character, this and that, I am biased on some pieces for sure, but there's pieces that I love the character. I'm like, well, I don't like this piece. I had a kind of famous live unboxing of Batman Beyond Prime 1. It came in horrible, dude. Like, so many issues, and I was just straight up honest, like, dude, this is not a good piece because of these QC issues. And I got a second piece in, luckily, from the retailer I got, and it still has some of the same issues, not as many, but some of them. So that's a QC issue. So I will never not be unbiased on pieces I get for sure, and I will be straight up. I will never want to. Even if I'm friends, like, I'm relatively good friends with Jay Sia. Like, I have a couple pieces coming from him, and if they don't come out as good as they should be, I'll say it. But at the same time, if they come in great, I'll say they're great. So I'm just an
Well, that's how
honest.
it should be.
Yeah,
That's how it should
yeah,
be.
exactly.
That
So
that feedback is what the companies or the whoever should be taking back to the
mhm,
drawing board to kind of perfect the pieces and work on the next one. It shouldn't just
mhm.
be, oh my god, everything is beautiful and perfect, because
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've told Jay to his face, man. Like, and Will knows it, Aiden knows it. I've always said about Superman pieces. I'm like, dude, like there needs to be a smiling Superman, straight up.
Yeah.
That should be the norm.
I do agree
And,
with that though.
and exact. And then I told Jay to his face, I'm like, why didn't you think of this? And he's like, I never thought of that. I'm like, why the fuck didn't? Like, the thing is, that made my mind open up to like all these, companies not thinking about just making a smiling Superman. So like everybody's just missing out on that. So
I feel that you've been on YouTube so long that people purposely avoid doing a smiling Superman because
yeah, probably it's like we're pissing Marcos off at this.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
not
we're
gonna
gonna piss them off right now. They make them all Zack Snyder.
We're gonna have Crypto smiling before Superman smiling.
No. The fact that we have a Homelander smiling in that Prime One Piece, not Superman, pisses me off to the fullest. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I know it's an evil smile, but still, it's a smile. Like, oh my gosh. Blame Zack Snyder. I will 100%. He's the worst director that's ever been created, next to J.J. Abrams. Those two are the worst. They ruined.
You don't like the Justice League Snyderverse?
I think it's one of the most disgusting things that's ever been put on.
Finally, another one we can add to the clan. A disgrace to Batman in.
Yes,
all
the fact that Batman was using guns and machine guns even more, like, oh my gosh.
They had rubber bullets.
That's a whole other show.
Rubber bullets that are blowing people's brains out, I guess.
I don't remember that part. I really don't remember that part.
But yeah, dude, I just can't stand Zack Snyder. He's an edgelord, and he did what he wanted to do with that universe. And yeah, it was bad.
I loved it, so I don't care.
I don't blame the actors though. The actors.
Watchmen was great though.
Watchmen was
because I will say this: the Watchmen was great because he did comic to film. That's all he did. He just adapted everything, like basically. From the comic to the film.
Thanks, nice guy. Hey, I appreciate you joining, nice guy. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, I'll try to get those sandbags going in. If not, I'll just leave them. I don't usually like to force things because they tend to break. And then also JoJo. Sorry, man. I can't really say what's being reviewed. I don't want to. I'm not the type to put people under the bus and stuff and cause unnecessary drama. But I just wanted to bring that topic up because I felt it was a little unfair. And the seller actually contacted me, and we talked.
Your camera went off, Will. Just letting you know.
Oh, shit. Okay, let me go back. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It died. So I'm here now. I'll be like this for now. So the camera, it did die, even though I got it plugged in. But I could aim this a little bit. You see Hulk still. So, yeah, I don't want to cause any unnecessary drama with any groups. It was just something that came up. The seller sent me the receipts. He's like, look, check it out. He didn't ask for me to do this. I'm just doing it because I just really wanted to have an understanding of I would never do something like that. Personally, I've purchased a piece from a custom group, and I never opened the box after like 5 months, and there were some issues with it, and I left it alone. And when I went to go sell it, I let people know, hey, this was the issue that came with it. I opened it too late. That was my fault. Like, if you're going to get a piece in, whether it's licensed or custom, inspect the piece.
100%.
Yeah.
Take a look at it. See what's going on with it. Even if I want to do an unboxing, I mean, I opened this guy up and I knew that the glasses were missing. Okay, but I bought it from third party. It is what it is. I'm not going to, cry over spilled milk. It just happens. But if you're going to purchase a piece from somebody, whether custom license, and you're going to wait a year and then sell it to somebody else knowing that it could potentially be damaged, and that person knowingly doing a review and bashing it, knowing it's damaged, I think that's kind of a low blow there. I don't agree with that tactic.
Knowing it's damaged and acting surprised?
Yeah. Pretty much.
It is. It's low. It's low, period. It doesn't matter what anybody says.
You as the seller would be doing the right thing. Sure, okay, you waited the year. Sure, you should have inspected it earlier. But the fact that you're actually opening it, inspecting it before selling it to the next person, and then divulging that information to the next person, you're doing everything right from your perspective.
Yeah, I see that too. Yeah.
That perspective. Yeah. It's that final person that say, if you're telling them, hey, this is damaged, and they're still purchasing it, then that takes all responsibility off of.
So I will say this though, like if they said that it's damaged in this area, and then there's more damages added onto that, then maybe you can have maybe. I don't know the whole story though at all, so
I don't know anything about this either.
And me neither. So Madeline Pryor though, custom Will.
Oh yeah, so I got another segment coming on. Let me switch over this real quick. I got a different camera, so I'm gonna this one right here. So that's a little bit better. If you guys can see me, hopefully that's a lot better, so we can see that. So yeah, sorry about the other camera. Like I told the panel before, we'll talk about Madeline Pryor right now, actually. So let me just scroll through here. I got a kind of new segment I want to do, and we're gonna bring it up right now. And it is called, let me go here, Artist of the Week. So that's what we're calling this segment. It's called Artist of the Week. That's not the Artist of the Week.
It's me.
That's still my Facebook. Hold on.
I have no artistic. My handwriting is horrific, dude. My art is horrible.
Let's go here.
Yeah, I think your art ability is like equivalent to your like opinions on basketball. So yeah, pretty shitty.
So you mean actually amazing? That's what you're saying, amazing, then, right?
All right, guys. Artist of the Week is our good boy and our friend Roger. He was on here. He's got an amazing skill set. He's the one that did this Madeline Pryor. And here is some of his other work. So let me just get that out of the way. For any of you guys that want information on Roger's work, I did put his artist station down on the link below in the description. So check him out. Click it. If you want more information of Maddie, send him a message and talk to him and see what he could do for you. And if you need some artistical work, hit him up. Let's scroll through his stuff here real quick.
Wait, Will, can I ask one thing? Is this being made for sure? I don't know.
It could potentially be made if there's a group that wants to jump on there and make it.
Gotcha.
I can't say yes or no because it's just the way
it should be made. If you're Madeline, yeah, I think it should be made. Yeah.
If you're Maddie, have you seen this already, John?
I haven't, no.
No? Let's I'll play it.
Straight from the pages of X-Men and hot off her appearance and story arc in X-Men 97, I bring you Madeline Pryor, the Goblin Queen, Inferno diorama. Roger of So Much 3D here. When I started this piece, my goal was to create an empowered and triumphant Goblin Queen. So I gave her a bold stance as a fiery hand and dark forces of limbo grant her passage over her vanquished foes. And how can we have a Goblin Queen without her goblins? Each with character and personality in its pose and design. This was a really fun exploration in creature design. I also wanted to add key elements to the diorama for the sake of storytelling. From Scott Summers' visor to Sinister's diamond adorned in her crown. All will know the Goblin Queen's Inferno. Plus, what would a diorama be without variants? And that is the Goblin Queen Inferno diorama. Thank you for watching. If you have questions about the Inferno diorama, DM me. Thank you again, and don't forget to like and share. It would really mean a lot to me. Thank you.
There it is.
What's really nice about this too is the presentation.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's on there right now, but he didn't pull no stops on this, man. And I love. Let me get this out of the way here because I really want to show.
Does anybody else think that he should be doing audiobooks? That voice, man, will put me to
Yeah,
sleep, bro.
tell me about it. Yeah.
Audiobooks.
That narration was really good. Like I said, the presentation was great.
It's kind of pretty sexy if you ask me.
So I think Cypher said it best, man. You need a really good painter though to make this piece look amazing for sure, because it's very unique and has a lot of complications that can be had with the painting job. But if you get a great painter on this piece could be one of a kind. I'm not a big character. I think this character, I didn't know anything about it until Roger brought it up to me, and I watched X-Men 97, which is an okay show at best. But I didn't know anything about Madeline. What's her name? Pryor.
Yeah, Madeline Pryor.
Yeah. So, but
Sorry,
this piece,
thanks for joining.
yeah, this piece looks amazing though. So, yeah, good for him, man. He killed it. Made her sexy too, which I love.
What? So, this being a custom piece, John, what do you think, man? I know I've had Roger on the show before. Originally, he was still sculpting it. He was talking about a lot of stuff. We got into a lot of good detail in terms of how he wanted to progress. Then he did the hair. He progressed with the hair. Now we're up to this final point. He's completely done with this piece. Um, so what is your opinion? What do you think about it? What do you like about it? Um, should it be made? I think maybe a licensed company should pick this up. Honestly, I think this needs to be made
The,
in
the
mass quantity.
talent behind some of these custom projects now, if you slapped, you could slap any license company name to it, and it would be
A hit.
it would be a hit. This is stunning, from the light up features, the goblins, all the little Easter eggs along the base, the sculpted hair, and even the outfit. Very well done.
Let me see if I can zoom in on that right there.
But I love what Roger said when he was on the show talking about this. Like, he did not take any little detail. Like the goblins, he was talking about mainly. He's like, I put a lot of effort into the goblins. They weren't an afterthought. They were,
Right.
a big part of the statue. So,
He took over a year on this thing. I mean,
and it
the
looks
guy
like
is
It shows.
consummate professional. Like, let's face it, every license or custom piece you see, there's always a part in the sculpt that you're like, oh, they could have done this. Like, you really cannot look at this and be like, man, this should have been better, right? So I give Roger a lot of credit on this. This thing is just like all his heart and soul is poured into this thing, and it shows.
yeah.
So, XM exclusive. John will tell y'all I'm the XM aficionado when it comes to customs. But he didn't like the fact that Madeline Pryor beat the crap out of Xavier, Magneto, Cyclops. I'm pretty sure there's a universe that she did, so we're just gonna go with that. So yeah, no problem there, Roger. I mean, you did awesome work. You are artist of the week. I didn't want to just show Maddie, but Maddie is here. She is done. Chat with Rogers. Click on his link on our station. He's got a Facebook now. He goes by RC, so just type in RC. You can go on Collectibles. He's on there too. You send him a message to find out a little bit more about Madeline Pryor. John, would this be the piece you would think about collecting if you were a Marvel guy? I didn't even ask. What are you collecting more? Is it X-Men? Is it Marvel? Is it DC?
Oh,
What's your thing? Because
Yeah.
we talked to you, but I don't think we really
Went
got.
depth. Yeah, no, X-Men's, I haven't dabbled in X-Men whatsoever. Marvel, yes. I dabbled with the LBS line, the Hulk, Thor, and Cap.
Okay.
But I'm more of a DC Batman and his rogues kind of guy. That's where I'm at right now.
Makes sense.
Kind of dabbling in the movie world now.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That's a lot of money, man. Don't do it.
Yeah,
I
don't
know
do it.
it's dangerous, but
Do it, but don't do it. It's one of those things.
But yeah, X-Men. I haven't jumped into X-Men yet.
So have you seen? I mean, are you? And here, this is just me trying to kind of instigate a little bit. Have you seen customs? Have you looked at the rogues? I know, Marcos, you got a couple POs from the rogues. Parasite, I did an unboxing on Parasite. Yep. There's Brainiac, all those guys.
Yep.
Some of the ones I liked, DC ones I liked that were custom. Man-Bat, that Man-Bat custom was really nice.
I have that coming in.
Oh, do you? Oh,
yeah.
Solomon Grundy, that's another nice one.
I have that.
And I really like that Clayface.
Don't have that, but I want it.
Yeah, so those are some of the customs. I've dabbled with customs, with a couple of customs, like the companion piece for the Thanos on Throne, which was the Lady Death, where she's laying down and she has the Avengers underneath her, sort of the way they were able to show it was like underneath her outfit. You can see the sculpts of the Avengers That was very well done back in the day. But yeah, man, there's customs out there that can be held to any licensed product. It's nowadays.
I am in the opinion that there's custom pieces that are better than licensed
Yeah,
pieces,
even
and then
so,
there's licensed pieces that are better than customs. It doesn't matter anymore. If you're one of those people that are anti-customs for moral reasons, then you're just kind of in the past. You're having a reason for
Yeah.
no reason.
I
But
enjoy the X-Men side of it through X-Men exclusives. He unboxes all the
Nice.
the custom X-Men pieces, so that's where I get my my fix.
Well,
I think
you know what?
I think Roger needs to hit up a company that I know, pretty close to home. Maybe do this piece. Custom company.
You know, it's funny though. The people that don't collect customs are the ones that like share Netflix accounts, right? They're the ones
Yeah.
that used to record over copy guard with their VHS and beta. Man, come on, man.
LimeWire.
Or just straight up wait,
Man, all
wait,
y'all did that
Aiden,
shit,
or
man.
straight
Get
up
outta here.
use legal websites for movies. Like straight up
There
use
you
like the
go.
illegal
Y'all,
ones, like
y'all
Soap
own
Today.
super boxes. Yeah, they own
Yeah.
super boxes. The what was a Fire Stick? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
here's
but, yeah.
yeah. So I'm just kind of scrolling through Roger's artist station page. Like this alien he did is freaking epic. I really love the way this one looks. So very, very, very highly skilled set in terms of sculpting. He has been doing it for over 20 years, so he's not a rookie at all. And he puts a lot of effort and detail into every sculpt he does. He does video game design as well. He's a director for that, so you'll see some of these kind of like funny animated pieces and stuff. But yeah, very, very talented human
Wait a
being.
minute. Who did this? Roger did this? Alien?
Yeah, Roger did. This is on his artist station.
Never seen that. Click on it again. Let me see that again.
He's like, click on it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I've never seen this. Go. Look at the detail on that. Can you click on the image so we can see it better?
Yeah, I can.
I
Try to zoom in on it.
Zoom in, yeah.
Yeah, I can't zoom in
I've
anymore.
never seen
That
this.
thing sucks, dude. But I am blind in both
Wow.
eyes. I'm blind in both eyes, so
Wow.
that was great, man.
Okay. Wow. He did this. Look at the dates he did this. 2000 what? 9? 13?
I think it 9 and 13. Yeah.
That's ridiculous,
2009.
bro.
Holy
I've never
man.
seen that.
9 and 13. So
Wow.
he's been sculpting this kind of stuff for a very long time, and only now we're seeing production of good quality stuff like this, right? So the skill sets are there. Let's take a look at this Mark 43 he's got here. Right. I'm pretty sure this is pretty detailed, but I know the type of person he is, he'd probably keep going deeper and deeper in this piece. So yeah.
You need a RDJ portrait. I mean, so you need that. Any custom piece, if you do an Iron Man piece from MCU, you have to do RDJ portrait.
100%. Yeah.
Because you don't have to fight the license, obviously, so you have to do it. So I get annoyed when custom pieces do that MCU's Iron Man and they don't have that. I'm like, what are you doing? Nothing's holding you back, man. Do it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, potentially he could, but he like
that was
all
an
of us.
older piece. That was a way older piece. I get it. So I'm not saying him. I'm just saying nowadays I see some pieces
Right.
like a Mark, like what was it, Mark 5 or something like that, like custom piece and had no RDJ portrait. I'm like, what are you doing? Like you're custom. Like do it.
So I wanted to show you this, especially John, because we're talking about custom. You're a DC guy. I'll scroll through some of these things, and I want you to look since you haven't seen it yet, because I'm an enabler, and I'm gonna try to get you to buy one of these customs here.
Oh.
That's just what I do.
Dangerous.
Let me share the screen here.
If that's what you do, man, you're a bad. You're a bad.
Okay, I'm gonna use his credit card. It's fine.
We all got them, so might as well use them, right?
So this is the updated paint of, I believe it's a final paint of Darkseid, a custom piece that just came out.
Yeah.
That I was just sent this. So I'm just gonna try to zoom in here a little bit. There you go. It looks like there's some issues that need to be addressed here, like the fingers aren't touching. But in terms of the paint application and just
Amazing.
it in general, what do you think, John? I mean, I really want your feedback. You're our honored guest. I just want to know what you think. It does come with 5 portraits and a stand for each head.
This looks really good. I've been kind of following the beginning steps. This isn't the first time I'm seeing this. The beginning steps of this, to see it fully painted like this with the light up. This looks really well done. The paint app, the musculature. I gotta say though, this I'd be more inclined to take this one over the Prime 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
100%.
The only thing that this one I dislike about it is it has that Snyder portrait. So get that out of there.
Oh my God! Here we go.
I had to do it. I had to do
Portrait.
it. I had to do
Really
it.
the best
I had to do
portrait.
it.
That's a problem, but that's okay. We won't.
I had to do it. My bad. I had to do it.
It is literally the best portrait, man. Come on, man. You're killing me. It even has a light up on the side of the head, man. Come on, Marcos.
Yeah, because it's a fucking for a bullet, man. Because that guy needs to get out of here. You know?
And I'm a sucker for when the company or the project has, if I can remember right, it has the displayable companion like proximity piece where you can put the portraits on. If I can recall, for me that's a big selling feature too. I really like that, because the worst thing for me is picking up a piece, having 4 or 5 portraits, and then I have to put them in a drawer or keep them in the box.
Right.
The complete waste.
Let me go back. Yeah, and I love the fact that they're doing that. They'll give you
do it
a stand so you can display it, but then you kind of get to those certain situations where you can't really display everything. If that makes sense. You know, a lot of people complain, oh, I don't have the space, so I can't use the stand with the head. So then you're kind of screwed regardless. So this is one of those pieces where you really got to think really hard if you're going to want to pick it up, because it does take a lot of space.
Yeah.
Dimensions are big. Even though this group has given you the option to not use the platform and just use the throne and the character, which condenses, you know, the lengthwise, I'd say. So it's a good thing, but then you still have, you know, the stand with the heads.
I saw plenty of people say I'm not getting this piece because of how big it was, and then when the commissioner said basically like you can take those stands off and all the other things, the pillars, it's like oh, I'm getting it then. You know, like if there's that option, I can make it smaller. I'm getting it. So I get it. Not everybody wants the ginormous piece. I do because I'm an absolute mentally retarded person, but most people don't have the space. I get it. So yeah.
Roger, I don't know the dimensions. I know it's about 25 inches tall. I think it's around, let's just say 24 by 24, I want to say. So
that's with pillars or what?
I think that's with, I think it's about 24 by 24.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because this Red Hulk, I know you guys can't see it that well, but it's 24. So think about it being 24 by 20. So my turntable is 24 inches in diameter. So that's pretty much how big that piece is at 25 inches tall. So you're looking at it being this Red Hulk, because this Red Hulk is, what did I say it was? 25, 26?
26
in height and 24 in depth and 16 in width. So just add the width a little bit more.
But dude, my bad. I love the light up features so far right now. It looks like lava. It doesn't look like a random just light up feature. It looks like a whatever you had that picture up, but it looks really good though, the light up feature. So whoever's doing this commission, man, good job from you guys.
Yeah, the other thing too is the light up feature.
I think there's multiple options too. Like
you get a controller with it with multiple options and stuff like that. So
that's very anime like, which I love, because like a lot of my anime light up feature pieces have like multiple like light up options, which I love. So I'm glad that commissioner's doing that too. So
yeah. So I got that picture in, and I just wanted to kind of share with everybody in the group, and especially you, John, because I know you say you were following it, but this is new. So I like to have some exclusives on my channel. Luckily for me, a lot of these guys put their trust and faith in me, and thank you very much for that. And I get to have some of this good content and stuff. That's why I wanted to kind of show you too, John, if you haven't seen it. was this, and
That
Marcos.
update, I haven't seen that update. That looks fantastic.
Yeah, there'll be more. They usually kind of send me some more updates and stuff, and let me, like I said, have some content, and hopefully I could get the proto in here and do a live unboxing with you guys.
Yeah.
You guys like to join? I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I might have to get another table because it's gonna be so massive to put everything together. This table is just not gonna take,
Yeah.
display and everything. But then there's this one right here, just real
Yep.
quick, which is the Mongol. So I know you said you like kind of that kind of variant of DC characters. What do you think of this Mongol? If this is your type, are you not a museum type, John, or do you like more of an action pose kind of situation?
No, I a little bit of both. I'm into the third scale, so I'd go more museum now. Is probably where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
But this is nice too. I'm not as far into like Mongol. I'm not too familiar with the character, but this is kind of my jam. The whole museum looks well painted, well detailed. There, the sculpt, some really good detail there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good texture.
And the light ups. I like the light ups there.
So
well.
the yellow rings, the yellow green
awesome.
rings, yeah, that's awesome, man. I love the Black Mercy switch out.
Yeah, the Black Mercy switch.
Yeah,
Let me see.
Oh fuck, man, it's so good.
If I can find that.
This
Yeah,
was
but again,
easy.
they're capturing
Go ahead.
the musculature as well. Again, here in the sculpt is so good.
So yeah, I have from the same commissioner. I have the Parasite, and I also have this. I pre-ordered this piece and that Black Mercy right there, like so good, man.
Holy man.
I have also the not Zod, my bad, the Brainiac piece coming in from them. I have this piece coming in, and I know they're doing a lot of other characters that I'm gonna get from them too. So I'm doing a whole Superman 1/4 villain line. I'm glad someone's doing it because Sideshow's fucking not doing it. That's for sure. I don't know why they hate on 1/4 Superman villains. They're very popular characters, a lot of them. So it just sucks that license companies aren't doing this, and I'm glad unlicensed companies are, custom pieces are. So this looks amazing. I love the like John said, the muscular like anatomy on it looks really good. The multiple options you have with the sleeves, non-sleeves, Black Mercy, no Black Mercy, Yellow Lantern. It's a really good piece, man. A lot of thoughts into this character with this one.
I'm looking at some of the photos. They really captured that suit well. They really captured that suit really well.
Yeah.
And the
this group's been doing all the Rogue. So if that's what you like, and if you watch the animated series, Mongol's in it. He's kind of just like another dark side, right? He runs his own planet and all that good stuff. He uses Dark Mercy to control Superman and other characters.
He's kind of like great value dark side,
Yeah.
Wow.
He's still a strong ass character, but great value dark side. That's what I'll say. Great piece, man. I love the whole sculpt of it. I have the Parasite, so I know he purple is a hard color to do in statue. It is a really hard color to do, and I have the Parasite, which is all purple with a little bit of white, and he did a really good job on it. So I trust the purple in this 100%. So
yeah, it's a cool piece, and I thought you would like it, John. I mean, I've talked about this piece before in the past on the channel, but since you're our guest here and you're new, I was like, well, let's kind of
bring it on
because it's your thing. I've tried to push to do 1/3. The problem I think lately in the custom world of 1/3, people are just not pushing for it. Yeah, it's just like Prime 1 kind of has that thing, and people will get all their 1/3 from them. I don't know.
It's tough though because like Prime 1's not selling well on 1/3 right now. So you would figure maybe custom pieces say there's a market for that, where we can do these characters that Prime 1 won't do, or even other companies won't do, but it just hasn't seemed to
Yeah, it hasn't gathered momentum. I mean, I would love to see this in 1/3. The Brainiac. I told the commissioner, I was like, man, dude, make
it one for me, huh?
Yeah, I need a 1/3 of that Brainiac because it is so freaking good. But He's not going to do the light up feature on the Brainiac. He's going to do like this fluorescent paint.
Yeah, I'm upset about that for sure. But
Well, I mean, if you look at the detail on that Brainiac, man, it's extremely challenging to do the lighting everywhere. Like it's on the head, it's on the chest, it's like little small pieces everywhere. That's an engineering nightmare. And then for it to fail would really suck.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like
I get it. But
so
yes.
I don't believe this will have the light up on the rings and everything. That would be extremely challenging as well. But if you can get the right painter to do it the right way, it'll still look epic. I just wish it was 1/3. I mean, I don't know the character myself, John, that much, but from the animated series, and I've checked that he's a pretty badass villain.
So he runs a world called World. It's kind of like a Planet Hulk. Like it's basically like that. Like they have a big, Coliseum type thing. People fight, and he's like in charge of all the fights. And basically, Superman has kind of a Planet Hulk arc. Basically, he gets thrown into that, world. Blah blah blah. He fights his way out, beats Monk. Well, that's really what the character is.
He's kind of like what's that Marvel character? Does the same thing. He gets all the superheroes and makes them fight each other. It's not MODOK. It's gosh darn it, I can't remember his. Yeah, he's a Marvel character. He's a villain too. He's kind of got dreadlocks, big fat, kind of looks like he's a spider, mechanical legs like a spider. I can't remember.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh shoot! It's on the tip of the tongue.
Yeah, where's our X-Men guy? Where's our X-Men expert? Where did he go?
Aiden, you know this probably too.
Hold on.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's pissing me off actually now.
Cypher wants to know if Supergirl's custom coming out soon. I don't know. I think it might potentially be next month. Mojo's World. Thank you, Stan.
Mojo, that's it. Mojo.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened.
My gosh, we are fake nerds. My gosh.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to X-Men exclusive. I thought
I had the picture of the statue in my mind. Like I could see the statue, but the name.
Same.
Yeah, Mojo's World. That's what we're talking. So he's pretty much Mojo of the DC. Yeah. So that's pretty much what this character is. So that's heck of funny, man.
Well, I was looking at the character, some photos of the character. Yeah, they nailed this rendition here.
Yeah.
The suit.
What would you guys go sleeves and non-sleeves? Can you go like back and forth? Well,
yeah. Let me find the sleeves and non-sleeves.
I'm kind of liking the sleeves a little, man. I was at first.
I think I'm going sleeves because I'm getting this piece, so I think I may go sleeves.
Yeah.
I like that look too, though, man, with the rings. I like that.
I'm going without sleeves. Yeah.
Without sleeves?
Yeah, and with the rings because you get more contrast because you got dark, and then boom.
But Aiden, I would say there's no light up feature. If there's a straight up light up with that, 100%.
Yeah.
So they're not doing a light up feature?
No.
From what I know, the commissioner doesn't like to do light up feature because it's an engineering nightmare. So it just we'll see how it comes out.
It'll look great either way. It'll look great.
Yeah, I think if he can nail and they've done it before. So when I did the unboxing of Jetwing, I always bring it the Transformers Prime 1, Optimus Prime, Jetwing. So the thrusters in the back, without the light up on, it looks like it's lit up. Okay. So if the master painter at the factory can make those rings look like that, where it's not lit up but it looks lit up, that's money. That's money right there. So
you'd be set there,
yeah. So if the commissioner's hey, thanks for joining, E-Man. If the commissioner's watching, please send me the prototype and we'll do the unboxing and send it back to you.
One thing that we should mention on these particular projects is like the sculptors behind it, right? So VHN sculpted this. They did a really good job, and I followed VHN for quite some time, and they have dramatically improved. This is a really good sculpt. Really good. Yeah. So. And that's the thing that I do, right? I know all the sculptors. I follow their work closely, and even those buns. Look at those buns, man. Look at that tight.
Get that booty.
So now, John, you get to see the back of it. And I'm in the same boat with you guys. I don't know if I go sleeves or no sleeve. They both look really good. Like the striations in the back muscles and in the arms with the sleeves.
But I would say this, like from the back, the
sleeves.
no sleeves look so much better. But the front, I say sleeves look better. So it's so tough.
I disagree.
Man. It's tough.
I disagree.
Aiden was right with the color contrast.
Yeah.
I could see how the color contrast.
What if Marco? Do you know what you could do? You could just meet in the middle. Just put, the right arm with the sleeve, and then the left arm without, or vice versa.
Yeah. There you go.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? So you can have pretty much like one arm with the rings, and the other arm with the.
I get it, but I get what you're saying. But like, if I wanted that look, I would want the non-sleeve look ripped up. If that makes sense, So it's tough.
Yeah, that would make sense too.
Yeah.
He said he's putting in the work.
He did not miss leg day.
That's for sure. Or straight up booty day in general. Squats, and squats. That's what fucking Mongol hit right there. So.
Yeah, so a lot of good custom groups out there. A lot of great detail. I'm thankful just for knowing some of these people. If you need more information, Aiden for sure has it. I have it. So John, reach out to us. If there's something you like, you see, let us know. Same thing. Like this is the same group. They send me a lot of stuff, like this. This Ultraman. So they have that as well. So it's just, there's a lot going on, and new news also. Why do you say clothes are too tight? They're supposed to be tight.
Yeah. What supervillain or superhero?
Actually, that's all Marvel comics. All of them are tight, bro. All of them are.
Yep.
So from this group, what I heard, they are starting their sculpt work on this guy right here.
Oh, Owlman, yeah.
Yeah. So this was their teaser for their Owlman. And I know I showed this before, but we just got a message that Owlman is in sculpting phase. So they're gonna do Owlman and Superwoman, I believe, from the Trinity of the Syndicate. So if that interests you, John, they're doing it. There's at least somebody's doing it.
This is the problem with customs. It's not really a problem, but the rabbit hole that it opens, because it's unlike license. It's just the characters that you can pick up and that are offered to you. It's not the same Batman over again. You really get to jump in to the rogues and the other characters, depending on what you like, Batman, Superman, whatever. That's where it becomes dangerous. And you guys are, I don't know, you guys didn't tell me I had to bring my wallet coming out today.
Oh, should I show him Evil Supergirl? I mean, because I got all this saved. I mean,
my budget is like.
You should. I want to see it. Hey, you know what though, John? I wouldn't talk about rabbit hole. Look at your collection, bro. You went to the 1/3 rabbit hole. Let's just be real.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a dangerous decision, but I don't know.
Great,
2025 is got a couple pieces coming in, and got to relax a little bit.
There you go. That's
the Supergirl. Wow,
I say that to myself too every year, John.
I know we say that all. Look in the mirror and practice that line, but it doesn't last.
Yep.
John, I remember when you were doing quarter scale and you got your first third and you just went bananas, dude. And your collection looks freaking epic. Every time I watch your show, I'm like, this collection just evolved fast.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. That looks great, bro. Great.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks really nice.
Yeah, this isn't even rendered yet. I'm still waiting on rendered pictures. But I'm just going to show it. I know that if it looks this good, not rendered and just in poly paint, like here, let me show this. I love this image here of her. If this is just poly paint, I mean, rendered is going to look
sexy, dude. But with female characters, you got to make it look sexy, straight up. It's just what it is, This one looks super sexy, so that's awesome.
It's if you can nail the hair, you're 90% there. This looks good.
Like, I don't know. For me, John, do you know that the sideshow Poison Ivy, the
Which one?
what they call it, the something nature, when she's like
Deadly
has her hair
Nature?
down? I think she looks horrendously ugly, and people love that piece though. But I don't know, man. I think with female characters in comics, you have to
It's
make them
tough.
look good looking.
Yeah, it's very tough. With the female portraits.
Because like, you're not gonna get them because put it this: majority of the collectors are male. There's no doubt about that. So you have to get them to buy into the female characters, and the way you can easily do it is obviously make them sexy. I think not make them fucking nude or anything, but obviously sexier.
Yeah, I never. Yeah,
Yeah, but
for some that's a thing, but
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. About a month ago was going
Wow,
for
it's going for 2K, really?
sideshow.
PF Red Hulk, really? It's going up for 2K?
2K?
Where is this?
Dude, where can I buy this piece for 500 to sell it for fucking 2K, man?
Why?
Was this the retailer exclusive one that just came out?
The Daniel Bell one?
Yeah.
Hey, Cypher, females only. Females only.
Why you gotta discriminate, Marcos?
Because,
can't
dude,
we all-
we're males, dude. I'm sorry to say. We're not going to buy an ugly fucking female, let's be honest. Like, would you, Will?
I probably have, and I
No, don't say you probably have. Hey, I have. Like, there's big bitch, big mom right there. She's ugly as hell.
Okay, well, there you go.
That's one character, though. I'm not going to buy any other ugly ass characters, but yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's
That's
going for
hilarious.
on eBay $11.99.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but eBay's like such
Watchers.
an upcharge, right? It's just such an
See the
upcharge.
sold. Yeah, well, I would not. Well, everyone.
eBay is so weird, man. They take so much like from you on your sale. It's ridiculous.
$820 shipping. Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, Roger, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's my mindset. If it's a female, can't jerk off to it. No way.
Especially if you're gonna spend like $12,000 on one, you better make good use of it.
I told you guys, $8,000, silicone booty, silicone boobies with that girl. That's all, girl. That's all me.
Marcos, would you buy a sexy Big Mama one piece?
Oh, dude, no, dude, no, man, no. That's a waste of money right there. I may be desperate though. After like maybe 10 shots, maybe one of those nights,
So I want to thank so much 3D Roger for coming in. Thank you for being the artist of the week. Really, really love the work you've been doing. For those of you that want his artist station link, it's in the description, so click on it. If you want to message him, he is everywhere. On all social media, you should be able to find him with no problem. If you have a difficulty finding him, just join ASB Collectibles, send me a message, or you can message me directly on Facebook, and I'll guide you to the right direction. Hopefully this piece does get made. If it is going to get made, I'm pretty sure I'll find out about it and let everybody else know. We also have, well, there he is. Listen. Yep, so great work again, Roger.
Thanks,
really
Roger, man. Awesome piece,
really
dude.
appreciate the work. I got one more topic I want to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I think I'm kind of there with Aiden. I don't know, John, if you're the same way. Marcos, your opinion is really not necessary, but whatever.
Gosh, the hate is real, man.
But I'm really also into artistic pieces, statue-wise, in terms of either Marvel, DC, anime. I know we've seen like Gamora on that Soul Stone, very elegant. She's nude in there, doesn't show anything, but it's a very elegant piece. If I can get my hands on that piece, I would love to get my hands on it, even though it's not part of the line, but it's super elegant. And I think this piece is very beautiful. And that's one of the reasons, John, why I asked you earlier if you collect anime. But if you're reading manga, I suggest you read manga Vagabond.
Oh my God!
You're the second person to tell me that in
No,
a month.
Vagabond is literally one of the greatest artistic pieces that's ever been made in all.
That's what the
IPs
person.
of all time.
You know Buck. I'm sure you know Buck.
A little bit. Me and him
Yeah.
talked a little bit on the chats. Vagabond
Yeah.
is literally the
That's what he
greatest
told me.
artistic piece of all time. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm hearing.
And please show it. Well, my bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it. So this is Miyamoto. It's a piece that's already been out, and I wanted to show it because I find it so freaking beautiful. This Miyamoto piece right here
Oh,
is
wow.
super elegant. You can't really go wrong with what you see. Read Vagabond. It is an amazing artistic manga. I love it, and I'm very tempted to pick up this piece. So this is Miyamoto. He's like the main protagonist. I love everything about this piece.
So it's a real person in real life.
Right.
That's based off a real person, and then his main foe is Sasaki Kojiro, which is another real person in real life. And they came out. I know Will's about to show it right now, but they came out with this company came out with a companion piece with the Sasaki Kojiro piece.
There it is.
Yeah, awesome.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Man, okay,
I texted Will right when he showed this on his page. I'm like, I'm probably fucked now.
I don't know any. I don't know.
Sorry, you didn't go on. Sorry.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, not even reading the story artistically, how much you can appreciate these pieces is.
So I said, Will, I just sent you a message of the Musashi, like what it's based off of. Can you put that up next? Real quick.
I won't be able to put up next to it, but let me go ahead and.
So
I'll
the Kojiro looks way better in my opinion, like detail wise, paint job wise. The Musashi, there's like a weird. There's a lot there's a paint job that I don't love to death, but I still like the piece a lot. But I want to go full in on a line, dude. Look at that
This
thing,
is nice,
dude.
Wow.
But
Will,
if you can pull that piece up,
man.
which looks just like this piece.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Give me one second because I don't want to pull the screen out.
No, I get it. I get it.
So Marcos, can you tell me, because I really fucking.
So yeah, dude, it's based off the real life characters of Miyamoto Musashi. They're the two greatest, and this is like Japanese lore right here. They're the two greatest samurai of all time. Him and Sasaki Kojiro, and Musashi ended up beating Kojiro. There's a lot of debate on there's some maybe some things that happened with Musashi. He came late to the duel. There's a time he came in where the sun was in Kojiro's eye. It's a big debate, obviously. Well, look at that. Look at that thing.
So
that artwork.
Is this going to be a continuous line, or is it just like
no? So so those two characters would probably be the only two characters they do, because that's the only two characters that matter in the whole on manga. But look at that artwork compared to the statue looks amazing, but this artwork is just 12 times better than anything that the artwork can. This is a manga and anime and not anime. My bad. A manga that will never be replicated in 3D form, 100%. So the fact that they got that close is amazing. But look how great that artwork is. I can send Will a million other panels that look even better. But the fact that companies are doing Vagabond is amazing to me. I just love the fact that they're doing it, and the whole thing of what does it mean, this and that. The line is very special. It's a very historical line for Japanese people,
right?
And because it's the two greatest samurai of all time, and that's what people say in Japan. So
wow, I want these both. These are so good.
They're so good. They're so good, dude. And they're 1/6, so they're not huge or anything, but they're artistically amazing.
That's what I love. Yeah, I love that.
Like that right there, dude. But obviously that looks way worse than the artwork, but it still looks good though, if that makes sense.
They had to kind of from 2D to 3D. They're gonna have
that 2D looks amazing, obviously compared to this, but it still looks amazing in 3D form.
I mean, you gotta really appreciate the way they were able to navigate the flow.
Yes. Yep.
Into both characters. I mean, he's obviously water. The next image, he's more of winter kind of. You got the snowy ground and everything. My concern only because I think engineering is just breaks with the water. But I love just how everything flows with the clothing, the hair. I'm not a 1/6 collector at all, but I did break. I love this piece with just the snow and the kind of the watery, It just looks so good. Is he holding a stick? What does it look like? It's a stick.
So there is hold. That is true. there is a moment where both of them finally meet each other, like where they know who each other is, kind of, and they both have sticks and they fight each other for like 2 seconds, and they both have a little standoff, and like they both realize, oh yeah, this is the only guy that can match up with me. So it's weird. Yeah, I don't want to nerd out too much, but this is like the manga that people need to read. Like, this is better than Berserk. I'm not joking. It's not better than One Piece, but it's better than Berserk. 100%.
Oh no! Okay, stop, Marcos. Okay,
I'll read it.
You just screwed it up by saying it's not better than One Piece. Everything is better than One Piece, Marcos. Everything. Okay.
Better than One Piece.
Pokemon is better than One Piece.
You're
everything.
disgusting.
Stop it, Mark. Here we go. I'm sorry. I gotta do this to you, Marcos.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Stop, Marcos. Okay, this Vagabond is just by far one of the best artistical.
No, yeah, no.
And the best part about it, in my opinion, is that it's based off true story. Like, you can't get any better than that, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, who's gonna make this? Who's making this?
It's Near Studios.
Near Studios.
Are they licensed or custom?
Unlicensed, 100% unlicensed.
They're licensed, yeah.
Well, I sent you another photo of like what I would want in a diorama between these two characters.
Right.
In the artwork.
I'll pull it up here real quick. What I normally do is I just kind of send it to myself, and then I'll
I get it. No, but 100%. I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was John or Aiden that said they'll read it. 100% read it, man.
I'll read it.
Dude, please do, man. It's a different story. It's a story about a guy who is completely lost in the world, who only knows war, basically, like fighting, completely turning into a person that look at that, dude. I want this guy right here. That's both of the characters.
There's 3 volumes?
Not 3 volumes. There's way more than 3 volumes.
That's like 375.
Yeah.
Volumes.
John, you know what to do? I think it'd be cool, like, for all of us to pick this up and read it and like have like maybe every other week we get get back on and discuss. Like, that's what we should do.
I would love that. Dude, I've read it twice, so I would love to do that. Like, I would do that. My nerdum would love that. 100%.
I'm looking on Amazon right now. It's they have a 3 volumes.
So I would hold up. There's a deluxe edition coming out soon. I know we're all collectors. So there's a deluxe edition coming out, I think January for the first volume, which is probably maybe probably 20 plus chapters, and then and then the next volume comes out after that. But if you guys want to get volume chapter after chapter, or dude, get it, please just read it.
Yeah, but you said the key. We're all collectors, so you mean when that deluxe comes out, that
Yep.
stays nice and wrapped in the plastic on the bookshelf.
I'm getting
that's why you buy 2. You open one, you keep one wrapped. You buy 2.
So I fucked up right there because now you guys want to read it right away. But read it and then read the deluxe just to read the deluxe. Obviously, have it in hand.
I'm gonna get this.
I'll send you guys links too for sure about it.
It looks good. I remember someone mentioning when you said Vagabond. I remember right away.
And you saw how happy I got about it because it never is talked about in all manga and anime.
Yeah, but then you got happy about One Piece and kind of killed it. So
you fucked it up.
John, it's the greatest thing that's ever touched Earth. That's why.
No, not even close. Not even close. Okay,
it shits on Superman. It shits on Batman. So yes, it is.
No,
so you understand it actually.
Shits on LeBron. I mean, it shits on everything, right?
So in all comic worldwide sales, the only person that's trailing right now is Superman. One Piece is.
But Marcos, hold on. I'm just gonna tell you, this was this year. There was a vote in Japan for greatest anime of all times, and that was Dragon Ball.
I'm talking about IPs. Anime. One Piece is not the best anime. I've always said that. But I'm saying IPs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's get that straight. Let's just get that straight. Okay, we'll let you have your IP. We'll let you have your IP for now, but I think the best IP is Berserk. But Vagabond is really, really close.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good. Like, I suggest you guys do it. If you don't have the patience to read and you're dyslexic like I am, go ahead and do like a YouTube 5-minute Vagabond and then just watch 5 minutes of the whole storyline.
Actually, I want to read it though. So you said Marcos January it's coming out?
So the deluxe edition, like with the so like a lot of these seinen mangas what they're doing recently is like Berserk, Attack on Titan, Trigun, a lot of these like seinen, which is like teen mangas.
Yeah.
They're coming out with a big deluxe edition, so like they're collectible and they're you can read it obviously. So
It's pretty much like an omnibus.
exactly, that's what
So-
it is.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna pick one up. Yeah.
yeah,
We're
so
gonna-
I'll
send it
send
to
you
you.
a
I
link.
just found it. It's the
Yeah,
definitive edition, volume 1, hardcover,
Exactly.
January 21st.
exactly.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna
perfect.
grab that.
I'll
So
send
I'm
it.
getting that one. I put it so I always say read it just to read it, and then when you get it in hand, read it because there's a different
I'm gonna get
experience
two of
reading it in hand too. 100%.
There's $73, man. That's statue money. What's the matter?
That's that.
Hey, hold up. I can find. I'll send you a link. It was like $40, so it's not 73.
Yeah.
So I got you.
So here's what you do, John. Here's what you read it online and you just buy the deluxe to have wrap.
Collect
You
it.
gotta
On the
have the
shelf.
heart. You gotta
No.
Yeah.
have them.
But no, I would say this is
You gotta have the
this-
smell of the pages. Come on, man.
I would say the three manga you need to read for sure is Berserk, Vagabond, and Slam Dunk. Those are the three you have to read 100%, like in your life. And Slam Dunk, you would love it because the author based the mangaka based every character off Michael Jordan, like teammates and Michael Jordan. So you would love it. So
I love that.
just saying. Just saying.
This is a dangerous stream tonight.
This is always a dangerous.
John, you walked into a anime.
I feel like this was a trap.
Oh no! You walked in, man. We love to have everybody here. We love to do our shenanigans.
You mean shenanigans? Oh.
We love our shenanigans. We love talking about everything, not only statue but statue related stuff. You know, we're gamers as well. We love the manga stuff. We
We're
love
just
the
nerds, man. We're nerds. And we
just-
love this nerd shit. That's what we do.
nerds in general. And so for everybody there, we are at the 2-hour and 10-minute mark. I'd like to thank everybody that joined us in the chat. We've had a little over 20 views, and I think that's all because of John. Because I mean, normally if it's just me, it's just myself watching myself. So thank you for being here and gracing us here at ASV Collectibles. The everyday collector is in the house, so I really appreciate all the love. Aiden from A+, thank you again for joining. Aiden is in the community all over the place. He's starting to get back into collecting. He's setting up his stuff, so hopefully in the future we'll see some more artistic setup like he used to have in the past. Marcos, greatest right hand admin there is. He's a little kooky. He needs some medication. He's got his opinions, and we're okay with that. We love him either way. And so, yeah.
Love you guys, man. You guys too.
So thank you, Marcos. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you, John, again for joining the stream. Obviously, anytime you guys want to join, just hit me up. I'll send you guys a message. I want to thank also the artist of the week, Roger. So much 3D. So awesome. So much good work. Can't wait to see his future projects. And that is it for us today. So thank you again for joining ASV Collectibles, and we will see you next time.
Read and watch One Piece. Peace.
No, stop.